Yeah, we're live now. Apparently we're live.
Apparently we're live now. Hi.
Apparently we're live. Are we live? I think
Yes,
we're
we are.
live.
It's
Everyone got
happening.
pants on?
It's a
No?
thing.
Just me? Okay.
What? Pants in this economy?
Pants?
It's too hot for pants.
It's
Did you not
way too
really
hot for
answer
pants.
the call in my sports bra? Like, this is Australia, please.
Yeah.
You are all too
I
hot for
actually didn't
pants.
realize you guys
No.
noticed that I'm cuddling. I didn't even realize.
There we go. That's better.
It's the
Pretty
same.
Oh
much.
my god.
It's like now it's like 2 shirts, you know?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, turkey,
two
pants
shirts.
on. Yes,
Now
pants
it's
on.
2 shirts,
Please.
yeah.
This is a pants stream.
But chat, you can have pants
The fact that I'm sitting here in my sleeping shirt. This
I
is-
love that for you. What does it say? Eat?
It says eat, sleep, hex, repeat.
Oh,
I like that.
I like that.
Let's see, I
like
don't
a
want to
lot.
pull it too far.
I thought it was just gonna say eat, sleep, and then it was gonna be like some fucking monster from D&D
No,
that was
it's
just like,
hex.
I'm a dream
Mimic.
thing. I
Oh my
like
god.
that.
Mimic,
Eat,
mimic
sleep,
shirt.
disintegrate, repeat.
Yeah, or just like eat, sleep, and that's like eat, sleep,
That's
period.
it. Yeah.
And it's like a
Oh.
dream engulfer or something. Make that. See?
Donk has come up with a very good
Later.
suggestion.
Oh.
Channel point redemption for pants off D&D.
I mean, you get that for free every week.
I mean, no.
Danny is coming in hot and live from the pantsless from the pizza shop.
Wait, what?
Nice.
So,
I
so
love
what?
that.
No, that's a new place. The pantsless pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
Pantsless pizza. Oh, no, just
Everyone
like
wants a
that.
pizza that.
Okay,
Just-
instead
Going
of
back to the pants
A
thing.
piece
real
of that
quick.
pie.
A pizza that. Oh.
We don't have to wear
Yeah,
pants. We can wear
this-
skirts and dresses.
This is me. I just got out of bed. This is what I look like. I wake up in the morning.
That's
Little
fantastic.
jelly, actually.
Did you actually woke up like that? What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like if you've seen Geisha's memoirs, I just sleep on that really stiff little pillow exactly still,
mhm,
so I can sleep with my makeup on.
I see. Wow. Wish
It's
that
talent.
was me. Okay.
Yeah, no, not recommended. Not recommended. I will be dying young because of the ruining
and I
of the
can't
body I've been doing.
imagine your neck is too happy with you at the moment.
No, and it's planned that way because that way I will just cease to be before time has an opportunity to ravage me in my physical form.
I see. Look, I don't know. I'm gonna make a really cute old lady one day, so I'm okay with being ravaged
I
by
believe
time.
you, honestly.
Just
If you don't-
FYI,
If you
I'm
don't
finding.
actually cosplay Nana when you go.
I should find the.
Can we just
old
appreciate
lady
that my
workout
housemate's
that we
name is
did in
Time,
station
and I'm
stuff.
loving that you're all talking about getting ravaged by time.
Wait, your housemate.
But are they hot though?
Yeah, he's pretty hot.
His name is Time.
His name's
Like,
Time. Yeah, like the
PH.
herb. Yeah.
Is
I don't know how
is
I
it
feel
that
about that,
same
but all
Herbert?
right, that's pretty funny.
It's great.
Look, set it up. We'll. I'm a busy woman, but I can make time.
Hang on. I've all right. There
Look,
we go.
I've already had several field days with it.
Oh my god.
So, just for the record, I've officially made the Pantsless D&D stream channel point
Oh.
challenge.
I'm already wearing shorts. It's too late.
No. Only, no. There you go. And
Plot
chat.
twist, I'll just put on a skirt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe I'm already going pantsless. You
No,
never
but
know.
see, the
You'll
thing
never
is,
Yeah,
know.
you'll
chat
never
will
know.
just have to trust me that I'll take off my pants. They don't see below the desk.
Look,
do they?
I won't lie. I have a friend who does this, and he physically throws the pants away. So you can tell.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good.
It's worth all the spending of.
He's a
pants.
theater
Oh my
major.
God.
It's kind of what we do. Nobody wears
Max-
pants. It's a
Aw,
fucking nightmare.
Wait, is this
What a-
Seb?
Everyone
Is
wears
this
tights.
Seb?
No, shh. We do not say who does the pants on the streams.
Is it really? Oh my god! I'm like, I
I
know
said
this.
nothing.
I know what streamer we're talking about. Oh dear.
Well, no one
Whatever,
who's in theater wears pants anyway. Everyone's wearing tights. This is the truth.
Everyone's tights, leggings.
Activewear
absolutely,
is the
absolutely.
go.
Yeah.
Are we actually gonna? We got 4 minutes left.
think
Okay,
so.
Let's just power through. Hello, I'm Joseph Bosley. I'm the Dungeon Mistress. I run this game. I decide what happens in this world. The characters can choose what they want to do, and I will be every reaction the world and the people in it have to come. This is a homebrew setting that I've written myself with a combination of Pathfinder and D&D 5th edition lore and ideas. And today, I'm drinking cola from my tankard, my glass tankard. You should check out my new emote, my zip emote. Denny made it. It's amazing. And I also stream on Tuesdays and Fridays, sometimes Saturdays. I do RPGs exclusively because that's my life. That's what I live for. And I'm going to throw it over to Ozzy Devro, who's looking very stern and now very surprised. What do you have to say, my my correspondent down under?
I'm not lost. All right. I'm Ozzy Devro.
Yeah, I literally chose you first because you complained last week.
That's cool.
You know what? I'll still take it. That's a win in my books. I'm Ozzy Defro. I'm a variety streamer. I'm like 5 nights a week. Play a whole bunch of different games, focusing on Dark Souls, MMORPGs, and D&D with these lovely peeps. I play Rudy Magic Hands McGee, the party's cleric, who lost a few things last week. He might have lost his nose, and he might have also lost a couple of fingers and a toe or two. But you know what? He's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. It's clearly all within, I was about to say God's plan, but Urgatha plan sounds so much more insidious. But yeah, that's me, my character. I'm drinking coffee, boba tea, and water as per usual. And I will throw it over to Wetterstorm.
What?
I am the moistest orb you'll ever find. I play Arthur Orbit the Third. He's a ranger with a very double bit of rogue. He started to become really good. He's got nice passive perception investigation now. They're pretty much maxed out. And essentially what I am drinking some scotch in a glass. Sorry, it's Jesse's fault. And I'm also drinking water because in North Queensland it is a hot boy and I don't have much brain power tonight. With that saying that, I'm gonna stop it. I'm going over to Cuddly Raptor because
More moistness.
in my chat.
I did nothing. I did
did
nothing.
nothing.
Also, I will say, because the other two didn't fail, they failed to mention it, that Rudy and Arthur are in a very committed secret relationship. So stay tuned for the fanfic for that
Are you
one,
kidding me?
kiddos.
Arthur ran the second Rudy's nose fell off. He is
Wow.
so,
Look,
you know,
they're going through
There's
this is
gotta
like
be-
one of their more challenging sections. The whole chapter's
Yeah.
gonna be very depressing. However, we will get through it, I promise.
There'll be a redemption
Anyway,
arc. It'll
yeah,
be
like,
it'll be
I love the
amazing.
redemption
There'll be tears. There'll
what if Rudy
be
loses
touching.
his eyes? There can't be
Tears.
tears then.
Tier 3 subs, tier 3s. Yeah, no, more NPCs. No, anyway. Yeah, hi, I'm Cuddly, and I am here. I play Nana.
Sometimes.
Accurate. That's just
I'm
accurate.
here physically, but clearly not mentally. Playing Nana Melvora. She's a cute little gnome granny who then got kind of young, and then now she's a little bit older. So, like, I don't know, maybe middle-aged, maybe 50s. Let's just go with that. And she really likes to cook. And that is me. And I'm here sometimes, and I do variety.
Hit you.
Heard you. I almost pointed, but I remember we don't point.
But you're
We're
pointing right
Pointing,
now.
pointing.
I'm
is
pointing.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
clicking a
I'm up.
generic.
I'm up. Yeah, like I'm up.
Whatever.
That's
You
correct. Anyway, I'm Roju. Some of you might know me as the Channel Participation Award. Others may know me as Gerald, the warlock who thinks he's a wizard, and is being roped into potentially doing terrible, terrible things for a terrible, terrible demon. Or fiend. I think fiend, actually. Technically, isn't it, Josie? So, Salishkar's a fiend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, great, good. So yeah, he's having a terrible time. He's terrified of everything, and that is just great for him. He's got great hopes of becoming the 1,000th demon in a bottle, trapped when he inevitably fails his quest. And yeah, well, things are looking very down, very down. yeah, besides this, you can find me playing variety games when I have the energy for it, and yeah, that's it.
Like in about 3 hours when
Poss-
you'll be playing.
Possibly playing some Divinity later with Josie.
Possibly. We'll see what energies allow. Look at that. We're 1 minute over. We will be jumping straight in.
Perfection. How dare you, Cuddly?
Last week on Dramonia. The party on their travels, making their way on the trade routes towards Ebonspire. Just a few days after the Knoll attack, they came upon an individual blocking the road. A goblin
Oh, yeah.
locked eyes with Arthur Orlet III
God, that's
and
right.
challenged him to a battle of pouch pets.
Not one of my fonder moments.
Arthur,
it's pretty good.
Arthur, bringing the group together for a huddle, came up with an idea. Nana agreed and wild-shaped into K-Hound and proceeded to, with some disdain, just eradicate Ratter, the goblin dog. that had been
Eradicate.
from the pouch.
No!
Josie, you said that one first.
I said eradicate.
Oh, close enough.
Upon winning, the goblins took Gotham, conceded to Arthur, handing over one of their pet pouch badges and 5 golden buttons as payment.
We will build that city one day.
Baffled
Jack,
by
don't
said
worry.
encounter, you kept going, and you met a few people here and there on the trade routes. You rested for a few nights, and a week almost after meeting Soot Gotham, you had another encounter on the roads when a hill nearby suddenly exploded and a dragon crawled out of the earth. Proceeded to ask for directions to Ebonspire and then taking flight.
What a crazy road we were on.
Yeah, what a crazy road.
Yeah, that seems pretty weird.
Country road,
Mm.
take me home.
Mm.
But you then arrived in Ebonspire, where you proceeded very deftly to head towards the guild house. You gave your report to Venarian Quinn, the guild leader of the Midnight Suns Guild of Volunteers. Venarian Quinn told you all that the Queen had taken some interest in this quest while you were gone and would be reporting directly to Erika Darvan, also known as the Black Queen. You then took Sin, your ward,
That's right.
on a stroll around the market where you tried your luck at a lottery that was happening to win tickets
It was rigged.
to the Magirail.
Yeah, totally.
Something
rigged.
that Gerald had heard about back in Bora when you ran into some of the dwarves from Tarkar. And there was a chance to win, but no one did. They claim it's rigged, but I will tell you, one of you all rolled one number away from the winning lottery number.
Who was it? I want to know.
We'll figure out eventually. There was also before, as you were leaving the market, there was indeed a very quick, small meeting when Arthur stepped on the briefcase of a very, very tiny Medusa. Hey, would you cuddle
God,
me?
that picture.
Ask for for Arthur to take his foot off, and then Arthur handed off a platinum coin as an apology, which Haywood gratefully took, put in her little briefcase. Then she proceeded to take out a little flag with a harness that she put on to be able to be more easily spotted as she was walking through the market.
Why do I envision a seagull is just going to pick her up and take her away at
Oh
some
my
point?
God,
And that's how she
don't.
dies.
Or a pelican's just like,
Pelican? Oh my god!
There is
and then
there
turns
is
to stone.
there is some actual artwork of Haywood available if one of you all would like to put it in the dice tray. Denny did in fact make some fan art.
What? Let me see if I can do that.
Oh, that's
Hold on.
right. I can remember that.
So
There
it
it
also
is.
is a scaled one somewhere. I remember seeing.
Wait.
I know Orb is showing it right now.
Yeah, I showed it.
Oh my goodness.
Hold
Oh my goodness.
She
Where did I
is
see a scaled one?
adorable.
I don't know, but then
not
you did
putting the
head
dice tray?
towards.
Yeah,
There it
Yep.
is.
show you. There you go.
There's
Up
a
on the
scale.
scale.
Look at this little.
Would someone mind putting those in the dice tray just for the ease of it?
Copy.
You also
yeah.
went to the College Arcana, where Sin got to hand over her letter of recommendation and her tuition's pay. That's just adorable.
Not
I'm gonna bring
you.
this up. Look at the scale.
Who's
Look
got
at
two
this
of them?
scale.
Okay.
Look at
hang on.
Haywood compared
Oh
to
my
our
god.
student.
Oh, no, you can't even see it.
I
God damn
cry.
it. Hang on.
It's
So freaking cute.
she's so small.
I just
She's
want
so
to. I
adorable.
So
I
small.
want to hug. It is too cute. I can't.
Too cute.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid to hug it. Oh, this
At the College Arcana, you handed over Sin's tuition and letter of recommendation. Gerald had a few stray words with an old acquaintance, Carl. The one of the people working at the College Arcana in the library section. And I believe we left off as you had been told to return tomorrow for an orientation. For Sin's orientation.
Yes.
And now
That's right.
the city is yours.
Rudy,
Oh wow! Hey, we
Rudy,
have a whole
We
city,
we gotta
guys.
wake up. We gotta wake up, Rudy. They're done with their books.
I was napping?
Yeah, you and I were napping on a chair somewhere.
That's true. He did say that last time.
No, they're leaving. They're leaving.
Oh, I was dreaming I was awake. Okay, sorry.
Look, they're going out the door. They forgot about us.
Oh, of course they forget about us, Arthur. This is just typical. You lose a nose and it's like they don't even know you anymore.
Nobody knows you anymore.
No, exactly. Exactly. Nobody knows me anymore.
It was very low hanging fruit, and I could not resist to not and eat it.
Right,
Why do
well-
I feel like Panthers this time?
Shall we go find, we either find a lodgings or maybe a nice, pub to, piss away this money?
Well, look, I actually need to go get Roju. He needs to show me where to go to get some magic.
Sorry, you get
items.
who, Arthur? I have no idea who this Roju person is. that you're
Sorry.
referring to.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, look, Gerald.
Yes.
Sorry, just could you take me to the place where I could find some, magical items for my spells and stuff like.
Yes, that's right. You said you wanted to get some components. Yes.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I can definitely help you with that.
Sweet.
Just back in the market that we passed through, should be
Oh.
able to acquire what we need.
Cool.
Does it take too long? You return to the Pavilion of Trades with a magically suspended canvas roof. There's still plenty of life. It's early afternoon. There's plenty of movement. Lots of people shopping. Lots of people are at the lottery trying their luck.
Oh.
And there's also, you can see there is, you parked Dingo the horse. There's this magically kept pasture behind the guild house. You also see that there is a section where they have pens, where they seem to be selling off various animals, chickens, a few piglets. There's a cow and a donkey. And there's a dozen or so stalls. You see an outdoor serving near one of the taverns.
There are
And
chickens?
I will I'm gonna for the players' sake.
But the players.
Oh,
You
Wait, are
have a map of the market.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. Market map.
Yes, market
Oh, yeah.
map.
I see it. All right, cool.
I'm just trying to. There we go.
I'm gonna throw over so people can see. There you
Yeah,
go.
sure.
Okay.
It's not the
It's
biggest,
not-
but it is a map of the market, and it is north is facing this way, and just on the other side of this river is the actual royal building, which is more of an audience hall that is built into the actual black spire that the city is known for.
Right.
Mm.
To the southmost, you have the Guild House. That is the Midnight Suns Guild of Volunteer headquarters.
Ah, yep, cool.
Yes.
So,
Well, I'm mostly going to go up to where the components place is with Gerald.
Mhm.
Gerald, this is the place, right?
Yes, you should be able to acquire. What was it you needed again?
Look, ashes from a burnt leaf or mistletoe and a sprig of spruce.
Oh, well, we should be able to get either of those from either a vendor of herbs or simply an apothecary of some sort.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could surely you could just burn the herb yourself, I'm sure, to get the ashes.
Probably that's not the hard part. It's the sprig of spruce. You know,
Surely you could just find a spruce tree and yank a
And just
sprig
get a
off
little
it.
sprig. That is another option. You could go look around for a spruce tree.
Like,
Oh,
we're in
well,
the city.
okay, Mr. Captain Obvious. You've been asking for a magical store, and you literally only need natural things that you can find
Well-
literally on the ground.
hey! I don't know how magic works. I just sort of do things.
What do you mean
and
you don't know how
happen.
magic works? You've been casting spells for the last year.
Yeah, well, look, the summon beast thing is to this thing, and the cure wounds. I just touch it and it works.
Oh god!
And the
Never
thing with
cure
animals,
me again.
I know that
please.
since I was like a baby.
I'm suddenly
Well-
very concerned for my health.
You could, I mean, you are. I mean, correct me if this is at all racist, but I mean, typically I understand elves and rangers, in particular, are, specialists when it comes to, nature and things of that nature.
But this is
Yeah,
Arthur we're talking about here, Gerald.
So, sure, you should be able to find what you need.
You are correct. I just didn't need to know.
Surely a man of
It's not
your
magical.
skills and stature would be able to find a measly spruce sprig.
Oh, Gerald. Thank you. Oh,
Nana and Rudy share a look.
Nana is
Gerald, knowing full well that he's just setting Arthur up.
Anyways, Arthur still goes to the store to buy.
But yeah, I show him the different stores that sell spell.
Yeah,
spell
looking
components.
around regarding what you're looking for, there is a herbalist, like a small stall where someone has a bunch of dried herbs. They have a few potted plants, a tiny, what looks like portable garden almost. It's like in a little wagon with dirt.
Nana,
and there's
no.
a few, like, and there is also a magic shop, but it's not a magic shop per se. You've all spent time in this town. You know that what they have in stock is usually items people haven't picked up because they only ever enchant on commission, and all items created are registered.
how much for the portable garden?
you
Are you gonna
Josie,
go up and
you
ask?
knew.
Oh no!
Nana is asking how much for this beautiful little garden.
And you look over, and there, a human woman turns around, and you see very clearly from the clothing and the way the hair is kept, it's kind of unkept, but not like rough and matted. And it's got like flowers in it, a bit of moss growth. This person is probably from Bandoria. The clothes are also covered in vine growth, a lot of like
The
living.
hippie town. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's your home
she
slash.
turns around and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It is not for sale. It is simply to maintain the herbs that need to be fresh."
And Nana gushes over how
It is actually quite simple. It's I
wonderful
just
idea
bought
it is.
just bought a small little, a child's pulley wagon. I fill it with some soil, and I just used, some simple cantrips to maintain the nurture, and I planted in it.
And Nana and the Twig Blight look at each other and go, "That's such a beautiful idea. Maybe I'll try that myself."
Oh, I
You could-
highly recommend it.
Get a little pull cart for the twig blight.
Oh no.
Okay.
I love
Okay,
this.
no, don't be
Hook-
ridiculous, guys.
hook it up to
Nana's going to
Dingo
look at the
and-
chickens instead.
Now I'm just imagining Ami pulling it and the little twig blight in a tiny, tiny little like red wagon, you know, the classic one.
Mhm.
Yes. So you mentioned that there were animals, Josie, and I hate
There is
to be...
I have it drawn out somewhere. It is, I believe, this section right here is a small little open pen where there's a small sunroof and there's some fencing and there's a dirt ground and there's a few piglets, a cow, some chickens.
Mini bacon.
Are they the silky ones? Are they fluffy? Are they very fluffy chickens?
It's a bit like hodgepodge, and most of them look like they are scrawny. It looks like maybe someone just decided to, like maybe someone needed some money and decided to peddle off the runt of their own chicken collection. It's a bit like that, like
Okay.
surplus farm animals are being sold off.
I see. Okay. Nana will take the scrawniest chicken. And
Sorry.
whatever that whatever
You want to
that is.
buy a scrawny chicken?
I will buy a scrawny chicken.
And easily done. 2 silver pieces
Okay,
for the
done.
chicken, and the
Beautiful.
person guarantees you that they will be probably laying eggs someday.
That's okay. Nana just knows that it needs to be fed up. It just needs to be fatter than that, you know? Like, chickens deserve to be fat. So,
Nana, I would
yeah.
just say be careful with that chicken around Crater. He doesn't quite know that chickens aren't food.
Oh, no, you're very,
Just be
very,
very careful.
right. Yes. And Nana just kind of puts the chicken in the macrame, like little pouch.
What about the twig blight?
This was like in his boot.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, good, okay.
Anyway,
We're gonna have like a
Imagine, yeah,
menagerie.
fucking
On the
worry about
strapper on one shoulder, the macrame holder on the other shoulder. We should also, before we get too far in, we do have some retcon. We have an actual message
Oh,
from
yeah, we
Goose.
do, yeah.
Oh yes.
All right.
So if everyone
Turn
prepares,
down Syrinscape.
Yes.
Turn that.
Yeah, I haven't
Um,
listened to this yet.
Yes.
the message might be a bit loud. Just preparing anyone using
Oh, okay.
headphones.
All right.
As you all remember, a few days ago, Gerald sent a message to Goose asking how things were going, and now we have an actual
The official reply
response.
from
the
Dusk Goose.
official reply. I'll count
Yep.
us in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, it's good to hear from you, friend. I have just passed through Multmarin, and it is bustling as ever. Oh, you must come and try the...
And that's where the word
Oh,
comes
that's where it cuts off.
Guys, I wasn't done. Come on. I didn't hear the end of it.
That is the end of it.
No, there were like 3 words left. Come on.
Perfect.
Perfect. I love it. Sorry if that was really weird. I totally started it 2 seconds after everyone else because I was like, it's not
It's
playing
fine,
through the main
it's
thing.
fine.
I'm actually just gonna
Okay.
play it for
Alright.
myself again because I was too busy like enjoying the fact that I was counting the words out, and yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was
Denny is
fantastic.
writing in my chat saying that it was recorded in the back of the pizza shop at work.
Nice.
Hello, it's
I
good
think-
to hear from you, friend.
I don't-
I have just passed
Yeah,
through
yeah,
Multmarin,
fine.
and it
Yeah,
is
fine.
You should
bustling
really
as
try
ever. Oh, you must come and try
So
the...
what?
Try the what is the question? Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, that failed spectacularly.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna send another message to Goose. I'm gonna just
Okay.
cast sending in my book. I'm gonna write, dear Dusk Goose, once again, this is your wizard Gerald. Lovely to hear from you. I must try the what? Sadly, your message That's it.
These two.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why?
I mean, he writes he continues to write the sentence. Sadly, your message cut off, and I didn't quite get the rest of it. Please send again. But of course, none of that actually goes through. He's just writing it all at the book.
You keep writing, but it's almost as if your quill automatically runs out of ink after 25 words.
Yeah.
Like no matter how much you keep scribbling, it's just like scratching the paper.
Mm. But he's kind of just like not even really looking at the page. It's sort of like absentmindedly, like just like brain to hand. Yeah.
Yeah, and then looking down, just realizes there's nothing on the page except those.
Well, he probably doesn't even know because as soon as it sends, I imagine the text disappears.
Yeah.
So he's just like, oh, good, it's sent. Yes, that's all.
So you're all in the market. Nana is buying a chicken, and Gerald has taken a moment to send a message to Goose. What else are you doing?
Well, is there a fine clothier in the market here, or would this be in another sort of district of the town?
You could probably find a tailor, but but it's more of like finished products that are then like taken in to fit.
Well,
if you want to go to like a fancy tailor, you probably have to go looking somewhere else.
Because Rudy, like way back when he made his glove, to be able to cast his magic again, he kind of had to make do with some rough leather he found in Burrow. It was kind of the result works, but it's not to his his taste. So he's looking for something a little bit fancier, maybe a little bit softer, maybe a little bit silkier, maybe a little bit more, flashy. So he just wants to find a really, really fancy pair of gloves. Like we're talking like primo, silks.
You'd probably have to take to like looking around town. It doesn't look like there's anything of that sort in the market.
Yeah, that's right. That's a tomorrow job.
I did actually have a couple of
tasks. You're going to have no
tasks.
flesh there, and you're going to be the conduit. You won't need your glove anymore. You'll be the bones soon.
What are you talking about? He can still wear gloves if he wants to be.
I mean, he can absolutely wear. I'm just saying, like.
Rudy, that he can't wear gloves if he's got skeleton
I'm just saying
hair.
you don't need the gloves.
Wow.
He is the skeleton. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, you're gonna have to find some new gloves once you've lost all the flesh off your hands because they won't stay on.
True.
Get those gloves with the ropes, like the cardboard on the end.
Yeah, he's just gonna tighten them up.
The mittens that like attach to your robe.
The ones that have the string that goes inside the clothes. So you don't.
What? No, he's gonna modify them. I mean, look, he's still got skin and muscle on his.
Yeah, for now.
For now,
okay.
For now.
You don't have any skin on those bones.
Oh
he hasn't taken off the glove yet. He doesn't know what's going on under there just yet.
You know exactly what's going on under there.
Arthur, taking a look around the market, seeing where you might find what you're looking for, you come upon two places of interest besides the little portable garden area at the stall. There is what you see. There's a small building that has like glass windows, a pointed front, so it's not just a flat wall. It's windowed walls, and inside you can see what looks like coats, jackets, and you see what looks like a peacock sitting in the window on a little peg.
All right.
And there is also a shop. Let me double check. Where am I? There is also the Skysaur Emporium. You see a sign, which is the enchanter, the local magic commissioner.
Sweet. So Arthur's got 3 stores to go to now. So he's gonna go and talk to the one with the little garden to see if they had any any leaves or anything like that just left over.
Yeah, if you ask for any specifics, they very quickly pluck some things together, and what doesn't seem
Yep.
to be available at hand, they do a few gestures. She moves her fingers around one of her hands, and out of the palm seems almost to grow just like a little branch and the leaf sprouts, and then breaks it off and hands it to you. And for the lot, like 7 copper pieces.
7 copper, no problem at all.
Because what you're asking for is pretty mundane, easy to
Yeah.
acquire things.
And then Arthur is going to go over to the shop with the peacock in the window.
Yeah. Is anyone else following Arthur over there?
Rudy has nothing better to
To
do. than
the-
be following.
To the shop of the
Oh.
peacock, did you say?
Yeah, it's called the Felicis Exotic Wares.
Yeah, probably.
Do I
feel like
do
the
I know
chicken
what
didn't
kind
eat
of shop that is by any chance?
They buy and sell spell beast, live animals, and processed products.
Okay.
So Arthur's going to go inside and
Yeah, I guess I'll take a look.
immediately cast Speak with Animals.
And as you're inside, the shopkeep, a half elf, abruptly walks up and says, "Excuse me, sir. What are you doing?
Arthur's
No
sort of-
weaving in the store, if you please. Do not disturb the animals or the products."
So Arthur's going to speak peacock to him.
Well, you've been interrupted
but-
mid.
yeah, but
mid- like, mid-
Arthur's
spell
not
check.
going to speak English to him or common to him. He's just going to speak peacock to him and go,
No, but you're
sorry.
being interrupted while casting. Like
Oh,
you've
okay.
been interrupted.
Oh, okay, I'm casted. Okay. Okay. Hi. How are you? That peacock's pretty, isn't it?
It is indeed, and it's not for sale.
Why not?
It's my peacock.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But feel free to look around.
What? Okay.
I'm just gonna be browsing and pretending I'm not with Arthur.
Yeah, Rudy's pretty much on the other side of the store doing the same thing. Just
Spellbeast. Do you have any Spellbeast pellets or anything around here?
A few. We have some basics. We have some very interesting things. We have a jacket that simply allows you to carry a little bit more. We have a scarf that simply keeps you warm no matter how cold it gets.
Oh.
We have a pair of boots that keep your feet dry no matter how wet the rest of you get. Then, of course, I do have the premium section, but I don't think looks you over.
Oof.
Excuse me. I have the coin for the premium section.
Are you sure?
Well, give me one of these premium items and give me a cost with it.
Very well. And just goes behind, just a moment, goes behind this drape of ribbons that shimmer. Like they look like they were matte black, but as they're moved, they just like sparkle in various prisms colors. And then comes back out with a glass case, like a box with a glass top. Inside you see these scaly, like tough, like amphibian hide gauntlets with a bunch of runes all over them, and says, "These are the Defender gauntlets, and they run you." The asking price currently is 7,500 platinum pieces.
7,500 platinum. Wow.
Get wrecked.
Arthur's going to play
Sweats.
He is going to deceive and say, "Yes, I do have that money. Unfortunately, I cannot carry it on me on my travels. as you know, there's a lot of people that would attack you while you are traveling. So I've kept most of that sort of large amount of sum at home. So he's going to very truly deceive as much as he can.
In
Make
my,
it
in my
deception
other
check.
wallet.
A deception.
that I left in my car. Left in my horse.
You know what? Hold that item, and I'll be right back. I swear.
Mm.
Never trust a fool.
Rudy and
Yeah,
Joe.
but that's only to play dumb. That's when you're playing dumb, you get advantage on
All right.
deception.
Rolling.
Rudy and Joe
22.
at the back of the store going.
22.
Wait, is he just trying to? Gerald, what is he? Oh,
Looks you over again.
I don't know.
Well, I suppose if you just came back from the wilds, yes, you wouldn't want to carry anything expensive with you. And then just like puts it back like to the side.
Any
Anything else
other?
to help you with?
Well,
Well, if you, sorry to say, but I suppose maybe you might as well. Sorry, I have to actually bring a thing up.
Not a thing. Not this. Anything but this.
Do a thing.
some of the
No, not the
peacock
thing.
attacks.
No.
I
Don't worry,
just
I've got
chased
a
out of the
defense
store-
chicken.
store with feathers
You
and
throw it at people.
Peacock casts prismatic spray.
Absolutely.
now that's the animal I want to take into my pocket pet battles.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
I was going to try and get the peacock for that.
Although, like, how many animals can we feasibly keep with us on our travels?
I
Like,
mean,
we-
0, really.
Sorry, that's a rude question. That's a pretty rude question. I just feel like why would you even ask that?
Practically, the answer is 0. Actually, the answer is as many as Nana
Wow.
wants.
First off, this is my first animal that I've ever had. The other ones are technically plants in fungus. So
I mean, fair.
The clerk goes back behind again and comes back with another, but this time it's not a glass case. This is a lead box, like heavy, like just like
Ooh.
dunk, puts it down. And you like starts unlocking this lock, and it is both mechanical and magical. They speak a few enchantments. A part of the lock opens, then puts in a key, unlocks, puts in another key on the side, unlocks, opens it, and inside you can see in chains, heavy chains, a book bound in this very, very beautiful, like silver fur.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh, wow!
Gerald, do you see that?
Please tell me more about this. Look, I've got a friend here who knows a little bit about books as well. He's gonna
Gerald,
try to.
you've been ripped in.
The,
Gerald,
no, I'm sure the shopkeeper at this point just sees this wizard hat rise over Arthur's shoulder.
This might be interesting to you. You look like a weaver of the arcane like myself.
Oh, quite astute of
I
you,
am.
yes. You're not. You don't do arcane magic, Arthur. I mean, ranger that I don't know.
This is just
Anyway, what is this interesting artifact?
This book has been instilled with several effects by a very, very, very unique creature from the far north, within the misty veil of the North Shard. And it is simply said that whatever magic you put on the book's page, you can conjure in the blink of an eye.
Oh, most impressive.
However, you might find that there's some less likable features of the book, and as the person says these words, you see like a tongue just like comes out from between the pages and starts like licking the edge of the book.
It's like the perfect companion to Crater. Oh
Mm,
my
Yeah?
god.
Excuse me? We could literally have like a mimic book?
Yeah.
How much is it?
is
Oh,
Shut up.
with the counter
Yeah.
down. I'm sorry, this is not a mimic. The book is not sentient. It is simply a feature. The way it's been inscribed as part of the pelt. Some of the magic was also in the beast's tongue, and that has
Oh.
been fastened in the middle of the book.
So it's like
It seems
a
to move on its own every now and then.
so it's like a very animated bookmark, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yes.
Will it keep a page, or will it lose the page if?
How do you mean?
Like if I were to use the tongue, say, as a bookmark, will it just flop out of the book by itself, or will it stay put?
The tongue is attached. It is in the center of the book's binding, in the very middle.
Oh, okay. So not so much usable as a bookmark then.
No, it also wanders a little bit. It will, if you tried bending it in between the pages, it would probably just flop out.
I see. When you say wanders, as in like the entire book wanders?
No. Just, and you see the tongue like disappears in between the pages and then just like shoots out further down.
Oh, well, that's certainly
disturbing.
unique. It doesn't. You said it's not sentient, right?
Oh no, it is not. It doesn't have a conscious, as you or I would perhaps describe.
Right.
Also, if there is a just all caveats decided, and by the way, the price is 50,000 gold pieces. But yes, any spell written on the book's pages can be cast in a mere moment, and then if, say, you get into a dire situation and someone tries to steal your book, since the enchantment is placed both within the pelt of the binding and the tongue itself, if you simply yank the tongue loose from the book, all magic disappears and all spells are removed from within the pages, and no one can use it against you.
Right. Does the tongue go back in after the yanking?
No, it's a one time.
Oh, it's basically a destruction mechanism then.
Yes.
Right.
It was very hard to create, I will tell you. Very powerful.
I imagine so. Yes, sadly I am not in the means of 15,000 gold at present.
And as you say, that just like slams the lid down.
Yeah.
I see. Starts locking it.
But good to know you have it.
Yes, and probably for a while. I haven't met a lot of people interested. And not a lot of people with the coin.
That
Maybe
is
I'll
understandable.
travel to the east and try my luck in the Ivory Hold. I've heard they have a bit of a more fluid economy. Just like walks back with it.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Nana just kind of go like.
And then
looking
comes
around.
back out empty-handed. Anything else I can help you all with?
It doesn't seem so. Unless did we spy anything interesting as we were browsing? What was like on display?
I mean, there are several like items of clothing that seem to have various runes on them, but knowing magic as you do, they all are very, very basic, like cantrip level effects.
I imagine they wouldn't be on display otherwise.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, feel free to browse more if you all like. I have other business to attend to, and if you're welcome to tag along if you wish. My intention is to find, or go back to the store that does the enchanting.
Oh, I was about to go there as well, Gerald. I think that's a great idea.
I don't see any reason Rudy and Nana, well, Rudy won't tag along.
Oh yeah, no, Nana's
Kind of-
kind of like been done. She's just been like sort of looking at the shelves, really sort of bored. It's sort of just gently rocking this like chicken in the little pouch. And as soon as he kind of started being a stingy bastard, she like sort of started lowering like the little boot onto the floor, and then she just kind of leaves, and the boot falls.
Leave the
Just looks-
bloody left footprint out the door.
and she's like, "Ooh."
You do as you're closing the door. As the door is closing, you do hear, "Huh."
Yes, got him.
Rudy accidentally found himself like scratching his arm, just absent-mindedly while he was in the store, and then when he sort of walked out of the store and looked down, he realized there's actually a quite a decent hole in his arm where he was
It's just
scratching.
showing
Yeah, and
slump.
now he's like, "Oh, I wonder where that fell off."
God, I hope it's in the box.
Oh no.
I hope it's in the box with the book.
And it just like the tongue just like laps it up.
And then it just conjures Rudy's arms.
Oh, oh no.
Damn it, there's-
Please.
Horror, pure horror. Yes, so
Rudy tugs his sleeve a little bit further down. Now he's like, "Oh dear."
so yes, I'm gonna head to the Enchantment Store.
Yeah, you enter the Skysaur Emporium, and it's a very like dank, smells of incense. It's dark, and very quickly you all come in, and there isn't much room for more people in there as you're like filing in, and you have Crater and Sin with you as well.
Oh jeez, yeah.
And you see again a half elf. This one more feminine looking, long
Whoa.
hair, where the front has been like tied back, and is currently wearing what looks to be like a version of like a welder's mask. And it has like a few small tools, and there's like a tiny bit of magical light inside a what looks like a funnel that is just showing down on something small, and this person is like poking with little tools on a very small item. There's a few sparks every now and then. As you step in, they look up. Opens the welder's mask. "Hello, good day. How can I help you all?"
Good afternoon. I'm Gerald, and
Holds out a hand, like a big gloved hand, and you can see this large glove has like a bunch of runes all over it. Ivanus Skysaur.
Evanes. Oh, very good. I'll shake her hand. Was it Sky Sword, he said?
Soar.
Saw.
Soar.
Ah, cool. Gotcha. Evanes, yes. I wanted to make a couple of inquiries with you. We've just come back off of some guild business, and along the way, I've come across a few unusual trinkets, and I was looking for your professional opinion or potentially help in seeing what we might be able to do with them. And I'll start unpacking a couple of things. So I'm going to pull out
Yeah, and as you're doing that, you see this person like puts the little funnel light to the side and snaps the gloved hand's fingers, and a few sparks like fly out from where the finger snaps, and you see this like chandelier above just ignites.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, feel free, just like pushes their own work to the side.
Yes, so I'm gonna pull out the Rod of the Pact Keeper and take off the Ring of Spell Storing and pull out the big dragon scale.
Oh dearie, look at that! You got plenty of good stuff.
I've picked up a
Anyone
few
else? Are
things.
you all in the same group? And just gestures to everyone. If you have any trinkets you want me to take a look at.
Arthur's going to put down the thermos of Emma's hot cocoa and the
This is
No,
to get it
just that,
like
just that.
assessed financially, yeah.
yes.
No, I've got a
No.
different plan.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, Rudy
Well-
doesn't really have anything he's not wearing, so
Yeah, no,
Alright.
this isn't a. I don't think this is the kind of store that buys stuff. So it's not
Okay.
going to be. It's not that kind of a thing. I don't believe.
right.
All right. Arthur, in this case, puts the thunder still forward and the movable rod forward as well.
Nana, you also have the
I was just
Skyblind.
thinking, I've got the Skyblinder. Is that right?
The Skybinder
And then she
stuff,
just kind
yeah.
of pulls it out and goes, "Oh, Gerald, did you want this looked at as well? I just been holding it."
Oh, certainly. Yeah, I mean, anyway, because I'm not 100% certain, I don't have a specific plan.
Oh, sorry, that's me cat. And you just like see a cat that comes like
Yeah.
walking in the background.
Great.
Does it happen to be named Siri?
How'd you know?
Oh, just good at guessing names, really.
So, I was wondering what I could do with these items. I'm running into a problem where I am unable to physically attune to more magical means, and I was hoping to maybe combine in some way or augment some small measure of ability from one, and sort of to condense it down in a way that I could get some of the use out of these. And also with the dragon scale, I acquired it along the way, and I'm really not sure what to do with it necessarily. So I was hoping for some ideas or suggestions or ways that we could, perhaps it might come in use in this request of being sold
Let
some
me
sort.
have a look then. Takes off the mask and puts on a pair of glasses instead that I've been hanging, takes from under the shirt, puts on a pair of glasses, holds up your rod of Packy, bro.
Oh, this one I actually made myself. And it's made out of
It's a bit ingenious, actually. Yes, I see.
Oh, thank you.
But I don't think I'm not sure it's gonna hold for much longer, and shows you the pearl.
Oh, still
and it's
cracking.
got like even more like what's it called, like spider web cracks all over it. It looks like it's overloading or something. It's can't seem to handle the enchantment very well.
Oh, I was afraid of that. It's quite a. Is it rescuable? Do you think? Is there something we could do to balance out the magics of this?
And just like takes out a little extra lens and places.
Because this
is it. Did you want something done with this? Because I think, would it be okay if I took this apart?
Oh, if it's within your means to do so without damaging it, of course.
Yeah, just give me a moment. And like takes out a little like leather roll filled with small tools and start like very slowly prying the pearl like out, like moving some of the little woven roots away, and like ever so carefully wiggles the pearl out and just takes a good look at it and puts on a different lens, just hooks it on top of the glasses. There's something inside the pearl.
Oh, inside the pearl?
Yeah, just like really, really closely examined it.
This was it was given to me by a naiad. I believe it's a pearl from the plane of water.
Oh. Well, I have no idea what it is, and just like keeps looking at it, but there's something in there. Maybe it's supposed to break.
Oh?
And then but I am not going to try it, and just puts it down like on the
Smart lady.
Oh, I pick it up and have a bit of a look myself, if I'm able to see anything.
I mean, if we just take a hammer to it, could we not just find out?
Oh,
what's in
whoa,
there right now?
Rudy!
What? I'm just
I'm
saying.
not going to smash this pearl. I need this for identifying things.
And then like takes a look like, like lifts up the ring of spell storing. Very rudimentary, very basic.
That's not my work.
No. It gets the job done, no issues.
Hmm.
And then what we could do, looks at the scale as well. I'm assuming you talked about putting one and one together, make a two, for a tournament.
I see what you did there. Yes, that's essentially it. I was hoping to.
Well, what I could do, here's
Hmm.
an idea. Yes, I can acquire a proper pearl. Um, I have someone that I can reach out to acquire. It looks at the top of your rod. Another pearl of power, and then we simply fasten it. We enforce and points towards that little disc of Spherera. We enforce this disc with the ring of spell storing, and it should give you a bit of an oomph.
That sounds quite good. Um,
It should probably make the rod's how shall we say, spell invoking a bit quicker, and possibly, if all things go well, a bit more potent.
Either or both of those things would be a treat.
However, it would take some time to acquire the parts, get the job done. A week, maybe two.
I
and
think
I'd probably
we should be
need
here
half
for a
the
little bit of
pay
time.
up front.
That shouldn't
That
be a
sounds
problem,
cool.
depending on the cost, of course.
Okay, well, I think I can fix something. Looks towards the thermos. Now, what is this?
Arthur pulls out obviously some cup and is gonna make a roll. Come on, hot cocoa. Two. As you can see, it's it gives hot cocoa. Here, have the glass.
Thank you. Just
Um,
ow.
sorry,
Now,
sorry.
indeed hot.
Yes, but the thing is, it never runs out.
Very occasionally, it has sweet little white things floating in it.
And would you like to have anything done with it? Or, I mean, I wouldn't mind purchasing it for my own personal collection.
Well, what would you like to value at such a unique
Well,
item?
it's situational, but sure. It's if it is indeed an endless flask enchantment. Maybe say 25 gold pieces.
Sure, just for you, 25 gold pieces. I'll sell it to you.
He's
Very
hoping
well. Just starts counting up coins, and grabs the thermos, has a look over it, puts it on a shelf behind.
But the movable rod.
Yes.
I've got a question. I don't know if you can remove the power of this and can go onto my quiver, where then I can shoot arrows. They'll be somewhat enchanted by the movable rod's power, I guess. To when I then shoot it, the arrows themselves
Don't go anywhere?
No. When they hit someone,
I see what you mean. It helps the movable force of the rod.
Yes.
Interesting. Maybe. I like your ideas. I like where you're coming from. Definitely a tricky one.
Yeah.
Takes a look at the rod. You know what? I'm going to, if you can leave this with me till tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll have a think. I'll do some sketching, and you come back tomorrow, and I'll let you know what I think can be done.
Sounds like a perfect idea. All right. That's basically it for me. I've got nothing else I really need enchanting or changed or anything. And
Oh.
then out of nowhere,
Mm.
tap tap flowers.
Here I thought he got rid of his only
neat
opening
trick.
line, but
It's
he's
like
got the
takes one of the
flowers.
flowers and puts them in their hair, like behind the ear.
Wow.
Honestly, how many flowers can that damn thing hold?
Probably infinite.
Ugh.
And Arthur puts away because he's not selling that because that's a great pickup line.
Oh, dear.
That's
Rudy's
yeah. That
just
and
been
the
like-
go-go.
Rudy's just been in the corner, just like playing with Crater, just sort of trying to teach him how to like do a little pirouette.
Actually,
Oh,
crap.
adorable.
Did you have any ideas about the dragon scale, by the way?
No, but I did have a quick think while looking over the thermals, and I think if you'd be able to pay me 1250 gold pieces up front and a further 1250 in 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure I can get this rod sorted.
As in 1,250?
Correct.
Even holding Goose's money, I've like got 500. We're not that flush.
Oh,
We're
how much we
pretty-
need? 1,000.
I don't think any of us have that.
No,
combined.
none of us have that.
In terms of funds,
And like
um,
20 of... Wait, did I actually add Goose's platinum? Oh, heck.
Sorry, we were figuring out money. Did you get rid of the staff or did someone keep it? Because I think I
It
did.
should
No,
be in
no.
your bag of holding. It's in your bag of holding.
You've still
Oh,
got it.
I thought Nana would have taken that out because she just doesn't know what Gerald wants to do with it. She's just holding it for him.
So while they're doing money, can I bring
Mhm.
out the token of Featherfall?
Yeah.
I say, what can we do with this?
Oh well, not much really. It's a one-off use. It's simply whenever it's in your pocket, if you fall, it breaks and you fall slower and safely.
There's no way we can enchant it and.
No,
bind it
I'm
something
afraid
else?
it's a bit too weak.
It's-
It's already a very very rudimentary low level kind of magic, and if you
It
spread
is.
it even more thinly, it's not going to be effective.
Nah, that's all right. No problem.
We have uses for that, though, Arthur. That's perfectly a useful item.
yeah, like if somebody hypothetically pushes you off a tall building, you can, use that
Yes.
to save yourself.
Or
Well,
if
actually,
a hypothetical
I was
wizard
thinking of
falls off the
completely
magic broomstick.
I might
Yeah.
actually give it to Gerald. That way, when he does.
You
fall.
don't even have to use it yourself. The token breaks whenever it's reached a certain velocity.
Oh,
And then just
Oh.
break.
Oh.
okay. Yeah, well, here,
Quite
Gerald,
handy.
you can have that.
Oh,
Look,
thank you.
I'm not very high in the air very often, so
I will tuck the feather in my hat next to the
Yeah.
bit of naiad stuff. Seaweed.
Sure.
so I'm trying to do some quick.
Nana will pull out the Sky Blinder staff. Also, the scale mail. You're wearing that, right, Rudy?
The set of armor that is literally decomposing me.
Is there
AC 14 and stealth on it, and 45 pounds that I can take away from my inventory.
Oh, that's the one you
Oh.
found. No, that's the one you found in
That's
the
the
first
other
round.
armor.
That's
The
something completely
rusty.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
So was it gold you needed?
Is there a it's been a while since we've been back. Where is the store these days that deals in buying and selling of magical objects? Because as you can see, we've got a few things here that we might want
No,
to.
I do buy
offhand.
some, and I like breaking them down and adding their enchantments to
Oh.
my knowledge.
Oh, very good. Yes, well, if you wanted to sell some things here, we do have a few.
Holds out the staff. I can't attune to anything else. I don't know what we want to do with this. Would you
Well,
like to
take
have
a
look?
quick look. It's unfinished.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I could probably. It wouldn't take more than a day or two to just finish it, and essentially that would remove the whole adding weight upon attunement. Is all.
Oh, the what?
The adding weight on attunement, the downside on it.
Oh, there was a down. Oh, Gerald.
Yeah,
you
remember
never
it makes you
mentioned.
heavy.
Oh,
when you...
I know, but Gerald never told
Ah.
us. Gerald kept
Oh,
that
yeah.
a secret.
Yeah, I
Like,
could
Yeah.
probably
I
finish
see.
this, make it less, make it less finicky to use, but if you want to sell it,
I don't think any of us particularly. I think it would be an honor if you wanted it, or I mean, any of you. It's probably not much use to me.
Finish it. I have an idea.
Oh,
because I'd take it off your hands for 500 gold pieces.
How much does it cost to fix it?
If you want me to fix it, 50, 75 maybe, and some time.
Didn't we say we were going to give it to Sin, guys? Didn't we say we were gonna give it to Sin?
well,
Is it too dangerous for a little kid?
no, it's probably a bit rich for a kid though.
A bit rich.
She's
Wow.
been through so much.
She deserves the fucking best. I'm going to have her fix it. Fuck it.
Well, we still don't have enough. I guess I won't be able to do any of my work, I suppose.
What do you mean? I
Yes,
can
well,
afford
it's
it.
just the material and time. This since it is your craft, not my own. It will
Completely
take
understandable.
longer. It will require me to do proper research of how it's all wired.
Yes. No, of course, I understand. Yes, we did. Sadly, sometimes the guild pays well, but ends up being not that well.
This scale, though, would make a rather ingenious shield, simply with some.
I was thinking
some very,
something,
very.
something along those
Yeah.
lines. I'm not much good with shields, though, mind you. I don't think.
Rudy's ears have pricked up at this. Well, I mean, how? As in, we would retrofit this armor to become, a shield as such, or?
Oh no, the dragon scale.
Oh, the dragon scale. Sorry,
Hmm.
Rudy's been, as I said, playing with Kratos. He's not really paying too much attention. Oh well, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, Gerald, that's your scale. There's no need
yes.
to be turned into something you can't use.
Well, I mean, yes, that's quite it. Yes, I mean, it is. I must agree, it is perfectly shield sized, though. Would you be interested in buying it for on selling as a shield eventually?
Oh, definitely. I'd love to work with this. It's in pristine condition.
It's quite good.
It is. I have no idea where you got a hold of this.
It cost a pretty penny, let me tell you.
I'd be willing.
I don't know
to
what a
give
penny
you-
is, though.
You know what?
Gerald, you say the weirdest things sometimes.
I don't know
I'd
where
be
it
willing
comes
to
from.
trade you the scale for the work on your rod.
Oh?
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I think that's a perfectly acceptable trade.
Oh.
Here we are.
If that's something you're open to, I will consider it paid in full.
All right. Well, done and done then.
Yeah, and
Work.
come back, check in with me in a week regarding the rod, and I should be able to tell you how everything's coming along.
Very good.
And
So
then just like
oh,
like,
sorry. Am
sort
I
of-
leaving the rod and the ring with them then?
you would be then.
Sweet.
Yes.
Cool. Done.
Yeah, but they do like push the cracked pearl towards you.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yes.
I'll maybe
Um,
have another look at this.
Yeah, dude, that's very interesting. Let me know what you find inside it.
Of course. It's gonna be a
Did anyone
Pokeball,
else-
isn't it,
did
Josie?
you wanna, did you all wanna take a look at anything? I do sell a few knickknacks as well.
Not
Anyone's
overly. Rudy's keen to get out and go have a drink or rest. He's keen to be done with the shopping malarkey.
You said she was like working on something that was like little lights in a
Oh
little.
yeah, what was that?
Well,
What was that?
if you show an interest, oh, it's this damned thing. It's a ring of invisibility, but it comes with a caveat, and I'm just trying to refine it. It was commissioned actually by the guild, but it came out wrong. I got some bad materials, and I'm just trying to make it work properly.
What
Keep that away
what
from Arthur.
what backfired on it?
Oh, the person who attuned couldn't seem to gain any beneficial effects from potions.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they were somehow rendered inert.
that's quite
it's-
unique, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just.
Do you think
I've
it's
had a talk with my vendors, supplying the materials.
do you think and this might be a silly idea, but perhaps the invisibility is so good that the potion can't interact with the organs in any way.
You know what? I'd love to think so.
Perhaps
but
the organs are invisible to the potion.
Joe, that sounds like
Move
something
on
Arthur
with
would
that.
say.
Well, it's just an idea.
Also, Nana, did you want the Skyblunder staff to get fixed?
Yes, I've put the money aside for it. Yeah.
And that as well, it said like come back tomorrow, should be fixed.
Sweet.
All right, my throat is dry. I'm ready to get out of here.
All right, all right. We
All
know you
right,
want
Rudy.
to drink. Let's go. It must be the worms.
Yes, Nana, it is absolutely the worms.
Oh,
We
what do you
just-
mean? I didn't say it. No, it was very quiet. I don't know how you still hear. Your ears are.
I
probably
still
going.
have ears, Nana.
For how long,
you-
though, Rudy?
Do we get looks while we're having this conversation as we walk?
A
God.
little bit.
What happens when his ears fall off? Will he be
I mean,
deaf
Rudy
for
can-
a while?
No,
I mean,
Rudy can still
lizards
smell.
can
He can
hear,
still smell.
so-
He still has
Yeah,
that
but-
ability.
Arthur
Yeah,
leans on the
sure.
table. and
But
goes,
that's because
"You don't
like
have any
that's because the
enchantments
smell
that keep-"
sensors aren't just in the nostrils there.
Oh.
They're in the
And
you
the
know.
person leans in towards Arthur. You said?
Yeah, you wouldn't have them to have something that keeps a person from, well, I don't like to use the word, but rotting.
I have a set of armor that keeps you floating.
Looks over at Rudy, floating.
They all float down here.
Arthur, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but
And Nana just kind of goes, "We've had enough with the armor. I think no more armor ever." And she just.
this is not the place for the discussion, Arthur. I'm not taking off the armor anytime soon.
200 gold for a pristine set of mariner's armor.
It could protect you better, friend.
Rudy walks out of the store.
I'm sorry for him. He gets a bit sensitive when he
It's
wants.
fine. No one wants to buy the damn thing when they hear what happened to it. Anyway.
What happened to it?
Tea?
Well, I bought it off. Bought it off estate sale. The owner got hung. Apparently went mad and murdered his own family.
Oof.
Arthur sort of backs away from the counter and goes, look, I can understand that's a hard sell.
So it only keeps you floating in water, then, not air.
Oh, yeah, it also
Yes,
allows
the-
you to. The water sort of like moves aside. You swim a bit quicker, faster.
What kind of armor is it, Josie?
It's a breastplate, and you see the person then like dinks it. It's like hanging
yeah.
on the wall behind.
Medium armor. Gotcha.
Were you thinking about getting it?
I mean, I've got pretty mundane armor, you know.
Yeah, mariner's
Always gotta
armor.
check.
Mariner's armor, like the clerk explains, it allows you. It gives you a swimming speed equal to your walking speed, and it also, whenever you are unconscious underwater, it automatically starts floating you towards the surface.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it's
Oh, I wish we would have bought
very
it from
safety
Lena, but
focused.
I think they've already taken off. We could mail it to them.
But Rudy, stepping outside, you do know that there is drinking establishment in the guild headquarters. There is also the Hearthhome Inn, and that is the place that has the outdoors serving area. That's currently got a few people sitting at it, and there's also the U-Log Lodgings and Tavern.
where would be the most likely place that the party would set up like shop, as into rest and whatnot? Would we be resting at the guild, or
Yeah, the guild would have probably have access
right?
where
So
you would be
that
able
would be
to
the
find.
most likely place. I mean, he's gonna wait for the rest of the party to come out first. He's not gonna like leave, but he probably waits outside. He assumed like Sin was probably waiting outside, and
Well, because the
And-
guild has its own pub, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The guild has its own pub, and they also have like they have ish dormitory. They have a few rooms with beds, but it's also common courtesy to not keep a room for too long, since people
Oh yeah,
come and go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll, oh, actually, hold on.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Cough. I vote cough.
You vote cough?
It was a sneeze.
Ha!
Um, well, yeah, I'm assuming like, I mean, we're probably gonna be around for a while. We'll probably stay in town then. I don't know. But again, Rudy's waiting for the rest of the party. He just didn't want to be. He's over people trying to make him change his mind regarding this armor. Until he rests on it and thinks on it more. There's no changing what has to be done now.
We must become the bones we once
The rest of the
were.
party, you step out of the Skysaur Emporium. Rudy's standing outside waiting, and you've been on the market a little bit now. It's hitting mid-afternoon. We're talking like 3 p.m. ish vibes.
Well, I
Is
think
there any-
we're all done in the marketplace. Shall we just go rest up for the evening?
That is possibly the best idea I've heard all day, Roger. Gerald, fuck.
Who's this Roju person that people keep
Ah!
talking about? So confused.
Oh, I must have. Hang on, I think I'm losing a piece of my brain.
Nana,
Hold
do you
on.
know who this is?
No clue. But do we think we can stay at the guild, or should we maybe, since we have?
I mean, we might as
More
well
than-
stay at the guild. I mean, while we're here.
Would that be fine for Sin to stay there too? Like, it's assumed that if you're.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it would. Sin would be considered part of your party.
Cool. Yeah, then I guess we make our way over to the.
And I think as you're all making your way towards the guild headquarters, that is a perfect place to break for a break.
Break for break.
Sweet.
Break a break, break.
Grab
Love
some
it.
drinks, go to the bathroom, and
Yes.
say hello to any newcomers in any of the chats.
Because I have been.
Do
Yeah,
a quick recap, but I will be right back. I do need to refill drink and go to the bathroom. I will be
Because
right back.
certain people have been repeatedly moistening me as we've been going. Onto you. All right. I'm going to go pee and fill up my water bottle then. And so we'll be
Yeah.
right back.
I will also have to run in the little Froze room. But I'll do a recap when I get back because I do have a few people in here who haven't been with us before. Yes, so BRB. I think Cuddly's gonna be chilling. Unless, wait, has Cuddly frozen? Cuddly's frozen. Oh my god. Okay. Well, it looks like there's no one here despite Cuddly actually being here. What a frame to freeze on. So just give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna run a little Froze room. I'll BRB. I won't put you on a BRB screen because someone should. Yeah, fuck it. I'll wait till someone comes back. Just.
Hello, what happened to Cuddly?
She DC'd. I don't know. I don't know where she went.
Yeah, she's gone from the Discord
Yeah.
call as well. So I'm guessing internet.
Yeah, it must
Sorry?
be an internet. Yeah, Davey's telling me Cuddly's stream crashed.
Okay, then it's probably. Oh, let's see. There's something happening over here. Yeah, Cuddly lost internet.
She lost internet. Okay, so I'm like I've kind of worked myself into a spot where it kind of works.
On my screen, you're still full. Cuddly was murdered, says Pabor. What?
That was the tier 3 sub. I was just doing like a ultra like quick recap of the entire thing to the raiders, like the entire campaign. So I'll start from the top again. So as I said, we were sent after a bad dude. We caught up to the bad dude in a very frosty city called Bura. We cornered them in an ice mine. Turns out, giant zombie horde inside the ice mine, everybody dead. We murdered the guy we were meant to capture. But it's okay. We took his head and can resurrect the head at any time, thanks to yours truly. We, on our adventures to bring the head back to the guild headquarters, were long and very distracting, resulting in going to a fancy party, having many people accidentally assassinated and murdered at said party with black slime. Rudy healing his father, however, it might cost him more than he thought. And yeah, a lot of adventures on the high seas, a lot of adventures on ground, but we eventually have turned in the head, so to speak, and we're getting there.
We lost to Cuddly?
We did. She lost her internet.
Oh.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
I was like, why is my head in two squares?
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like leaning over here. I'm gonna run to Little Froze room now because I didn't go. I kept chat company, but I'll be back in a second.
Oh, very good.
Would Orbo Roju mind doubling up in the call, just so that
yeah, I can do that.
Because Cuddly's internet broke. She's trying to get back in.
Cuddly, no. But yes, I just need to go find the link.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody finding the game today so far?
Oh, I'm finding it good.
I am always pumped for D&D night.
I am definitely interested to see how this immovable rod quiver arrows thing works. If it works.
I have an idea. Yeah, I have an idea. I just need to think about balance.
Yep.
But it will probably let you do some sort of like
some
sort a certain amount of arrows every day can slow an enemy.
Yeah.
Some sort of Hawkeye bullshit.
Yeah. Look, to be honest, that was exactly what I was. No, not Hawkeye, but I wanted like the arrows to be able to like either slow them down or.
Yeah, I'm thinking. My current thought is.
There we go.
That my current thought is every dawn you get to roll like a d10, and that many arrows. Whenever you hit a creature with it, they lose like 10 foot of movement for a while, or something like that.
God, now
so they just get slowed down.
Yeah.
And roll your free items.
Everything's in the wrong spot again now.
Oh, you've become Nana?
We'll do it live.
It's crazy. It's not a real stream without technical difficulties. We all know this.
That's right.
Yeah.
Also, welcome in Renegade Rock. Thank you for the follow.
Okay, that one's gonna eventually be Nana. Just shuffling everyone around. This one needs to be turned off. There we go.
And that's why Aussie Defro was the best friend ever.
Lies and slander.
Why would I lie and slander you? Like you said on your friggin' Minecraft stream, I'm always there for you, mate.
All right. Okay, I gotta move Roju back to where it's. There we go.
Yeah, I'm just like
Back.
fixing everything up.
Hold on, and then we're gonna move Nana
Or
back.
trying to.
We're gonna pretend Nana is a Roju face for now.
Yeah. That's going to be where Nana
Oh,
eventually is.
Oh,
Oh!
oh.
Oh!
There's
Oh,
no-
do
no,
Do you want me
Okay,
to? I'll
get rid of
ditch the
double
other one
Roju.
then.
Let's see if it fixes itself.
Oh
Fingers
no,
crossed.
I don't think it. Oh
No,
No.
no. I'm sorry.
There we go. There we go. Fixed.
But-
Excellent. There we go. All good.
Heck.
Whew.
I only have 2 things to switch around.
All right.
Heck.
That was a heck.
That was a heck.
Wait, second stream to crash tonight. Nani?
Who else
on.
has crashed?
Apparently
What?
I did. What? Hang on. Hold on.
Oh, did you?
What?
No, I mean, you're still on the thingamajig, obviously.
I haven't got you crashed. You've had you.
Wait, Gerald is there. Wait, hang on. Nani?
Nani?
Nani.
Okay, you're fixed. There.
Nani.
I'm so sorry.
I
It was so random.
think I'm okay. I think I'm okay.
You think you're okay?
Okay. Oh, there's the Nana.
Are any of us okay when you really think about it?
Okay, I
That's
fixed it
so
up again.
I think we're all good here. I'm sure it's fine.
I'll fix the battle cam in studio mode, so we should be fine
Oh,
to go.
yeah, I better go fix that too.
Back because
I've
Yeah,
moved off
same.
it. Yeah.
Good luck, Tink, with your thingies. Have a good lurk. And cheers, Pemmy. I have my own drink emote I can use as well now.
sipping boots.
Yes. Let me know when you're all ready, and we'll get back into
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
good to go whenever.
I'm moving Cuddly back up into a frame.
Don't move me. I'm here.
No.
Won't
I'm
you
gonna-
come
When
up?
you're back in your
I
frame,
swear
you
to God.
Gotta
ran
put
out of
you
your
back
frame.
in your box.
I was.
Oh,
Honestly-
Tradies cracked itself. Ah,
Oh, that's
okay.
Yeah,
that's
right.
annoying.
you
But there
go.
has been a lot of streams crashing lately.
Hmm.
That has been due to Twitch.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
having some Twitch issues the
This
other
one was
night.
just due to good
as
old
well.
Australian internet.
Yay!
Yay!
The whole
Um,
thing.
I think I'm okay. I'll just gotta fix the battle map, but I can again do that in the studio.
Yeah, I think we're all good to go.
Give me a second. I'm super duper ready. I'm fixing up. I'm gonna move over to normal screen in just a moment.
Oh shit! Apparently, Tradie Minecraft blue screened his PC. Oh fuck!
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, you're all
I'm
back.
moving.
Oh my God.
I'm moving back to regular screen. There we go. Here we are. Hi.
and we are.
Hello.
Hello.
More moistening, thank you.
If it happens again, I'm really sorry. Just
That's fair.
keep going as if Nana's just kind of going along with you because it just shuddered again. So look,
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, no worries.
it
Okay.
just happened.
We'll roll with it.
things happen.
alright, cool.
Things happen. But yeah, you make your way to the Midnight Suns Guild of Volunteers headquarters in the Pavilion of Trades. You step inside, and there's a little bit of hustle and bustle. You see Hannah the Halfling is still Hannah the Halfling is still like raving on about something, standing on top of the table that she moved over to the bulletin board, and is just telling like this obviously exaggerated story for a couple of people. And you see Claire with the bear still sitting in the corner.
Nice. I like that. And Nana asks if Sin wants to go meet the bear and Claire. No.
And Sin sort of like just shrugs. And it's just like wheeling in.
It's been a big day.
Yes,
True,
It has been a
yeah.
very big day.
And,
to see.
you all know as well that you, while lodging is free, you can get pretty good food for 2 silver pieces. The drinks are
Oh.
also included with every meal.
Great.
Rudy needs to eat everything. Everything. How does he feel in terms of hunger at the moment, Josie? Is the hunger getting worse or not worse?
The hunger is it's more of a constant hunger, but it's
Right.
not getting worse or better. But you're just always feel like you
Always
could eat.
starving. Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
could eat.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, you should eat, Rudy. You're just skin and bones. Mostly bones.
Nana,
but,
I'm beginning to think that you're doing this on purpose.
I would never.
There it is again. I absolutely think you're doing this on purpose.
No, Rudy, this is Nana we're talking about.
No, I encourage everyone to eat. I just, want to grow you up big and strong.
I
Yeah, you
have
walk
not...
up to the bar. You see the goblin standing there, looks at you all. He does a little knock on the table and then starts counting fingers while looking at you all. And just like looking at you all and counts out like 5.
Yeah. We nod.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
already taken 2 silver off
Yeah,
my.
yeah.
Yeah, I took 4
I think-
for me and Sin.
Yeah, and
Rudy
he
takes 4 silver.
turns around and just like taps 5 times on a post, and you can see behind there's a kitchen, and then he starts filling up tankards, and he fills up tankards with ale, and then on the last one he just looks over and like fills it with milk.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Sin's been getting a lot of milk ever since. Like every time we go to an inn,
Sin is
gets
gonna
a large
grow up
tankard of milk.
strong, okay? That calcium, man.
Hmm.
All the
Yeah,
calcium.
important when it comes to bones.
Yeah,
and
Rudy
then-
should be having milk.
Rudy should be having milk. Yeah.
Nah, yeah, Rudy's fine. Don't worry about Rudy.
I worry about Rudy.
Don't
Say
worry
that
about
when
Rudy.
you've got arthritis and you're only bones.
He's
You find
fine.
the table. There's plenty of space to sit down. Anything particular, or just winding down for the afternoon?
One and
Yeah.
down.
Probably one of like the few times that the internal panic level is not at like an 8 or above for Gerald. It's like a
What,
comfortable
so
7
what,
right
That's
now.
like every
7.
day for me.
Actually, Arthur sort of goes up to Rudy as he's taking a drink and goes, "How about I buy you the next drink and we'll see who can chug it the quickest."
Arthur, if you're trying to get me drunk so you can get this armor off me, I assure you it's not going to work.
I don't want to go through any armor that smelt and looked terrible.
It will smell.
I just want to prove to you I can drink better than you.
You're on. All right. Okay. All right. How?
Yeah.
What? All right. Constitution checks. Let's do this.
Yeah, both of you do con saves.
Con saves,
And I want
alright.
Arthur to mark off 5 copper for the drinks.
All right, sweet.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove. Con
And then con saves for the
saves.
both of you.
14.
Shit. There's con. There's con.
Ah, fuck. Inspiration
You
point.
Just straight up.
Wow.
Wow.
It's okay. I've got one to spare.
Blowing his wad early.
Never mind.
Another-
I'm not.
You
I'm
start-
not blowing a second one.
You start chugging. You lift like your scarf up. You start chugging, and after a while, you realize that, like, when you stop to breathe, there's actually like it flows out of your mouth a little bit, and you look down, and your bottom lip is in your tankard.
Arthur's gonna spew.
Do I just win by default then?
Arthur
What?
spews up the drink.
Default.
Nana's
Well,
just gonna
I-
sip her tankard and be like, "That's a jaw-dropping experience." Ah, no! Not the panther!
Oh well,
Right, it's fine.
wait.
Come on,
no.
Nana, don't give Rudy lip.
How does he hide this?
Rudy, you've got a little
Yeah, currently, those of you who can see it, it looks like your chin, the skin from your chin, just like fuses with the gums of your bottom teeth right now.
Oh, that's
okay,
awful.
That's something else entirely.
Yeah, so it's like pretty much like from the bit
Yeah,
where it
yeah.
attaches is just gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but he can still speak clearly, right? It hasn't
Yes.
impacted his vocal.
I mean,
Okay.
no,
Try-
you can speak.
Try and say Willie Wellingtons.
What are we gonna do when your tongue goes?
Oh, you're right. How would you? Oh no.
You're gonna be fine. Don't worry about it.
Down at all.
What?
This can
What
only
are you
go
doing?
poorly.
Oh my God.
Go so
That is
far.
fucking brutal.
I'm on board. By the way, this is hilarious.
takes like a deep swig of ale. Like,
it's
ooh.
like it's suddenly. Like, oh well, that's. Well, easy come, easy go, I suppose. He sort of like just he picks up the lip and kind of like I don't know, kind of folds it into a napkin and then drinks the rest of the ale. It was still attached to me. Why are you giving me that look? It was part of me. It's not like it's gross or anything.
It's absolutely like it's gross and everything.
Arthur's just viewing.
Oh, Arthur, it's not that bad. I think.
It's because you can't see yourself.
Yeah. After like just a moment, Arthur, you feel a tug at the hem of your tunic. You see the bartender Gast, the goblin, just like shoves a bucket and a mop onto you.
So yeah, sorry, and Arthur starts cleaning up, but he's also sort of when he's cleaning it up, he's flicking it at Rudy. He's sort of just.
Oh,
my God.
Arthur, this is disgusting. Why would you be doing that?
Oh yes, this is disgusting.
This is the disgusting thing coming from this guy.
Harold!
Arthur even goes as far as like washing it off, turns it around and starts pointing it towards his face.
Oh, Arthur, you being a child. Please.
There's a bunch of people in here that starts laughing
Oh,
at this whole charade.
oh dear. Just act your age. Aren't you at least 500?
Well,
Oh,
yes, but at least I have
no.
my lip.
Some of us are almost 500, Rudy. You'd do well to remember that.
Oh, Nana. Well,
I'm holding up pretty well for my age.
you are Nana, whereas Arthur is not.
Arthur
Ooh.
sort of
See the lines? See the
He-
lines next to his eyes there?
Takes
Nana?
a drink of her ale and doesn't lose her lip.
Yeah, but yeah, like-
just sort of like cleans the rest of his mess up, leaves a couple of bronze coins as a tab as a tip. He's gonna leave 3.
I feel like Nana and Gerald are like really intently inspecting the ceiling right now. Like,
And as he's taken the mop back around, he's gonna look behind Rudy and just donk him on the head on the way down with the mop.
Oh, yeah, that's real mature, Arthur.
Arthur just keeps walking.
Wait, Rudy didn't lose anything with the bot, did he?
Not both eyeballs, just
No.
I am
hate
so
it
sorry
here.
across all the chat rooms. You listen to what's happening. If anyone is eating right now, I apologize for wearing this on.
Just, I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
We're-
Okay.
everything.
As Arthur
I just
finishes-
roll up with a new character.
as Arthur puts away the mop and bucket, he's just going to retire to bed after that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't actually hear any of that. What was that?
I said
Arthur
Arthur puts the mop and bucket away, he's going to retire to bed.
Right.
And the rooms that here, it's like dorm rooms. There's a few beds in each. You could probably squeeze everyone into one room. You could grab 2 rooms. There's plenty. But if there's nothing else, you all retire for the evening eventually.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a good look at spend a bit of time having a look at this pearl and just seeing if I can discern what it is that that Evenus was talking about.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Sure. Arcana.
Arcana, a pirate's favorite magic.
Natural 20. 28.
Natural 20. It looks like it almost looks like the pearl itself was an optical illusion. You can see the cracks, and there are a few cracks where they've been cracking from the inside out. And turning it around looking, the pearl itself seemed to almost be like just a few millimeters thick.
Oh.
Almost like it's a layer of something. But when you look at the pearl from afar, it looks like you can see like deep into it. This very navy blue deep color. So it looks like it's just a semi-translucent pearl at first. But now that the cracks have gone through, you can see that they're actually kind of thin. Like it's a layer of something.
Oh, okay. With
there's something inside it, but it's really hard to tell. But with your Arcana, it's you think that this pearl was probably designed this way? Like it's a synthetic pearl that has been like woven around something.
Oh. Interesting. With that check, would that give me an idea as to how risky of a prospect it would be to peel away the shell somewhat and find
with your
out what's
Arcana
inside?
check, that's a good Arcana check. I'd ask you to make a generic intelligence as well, just intelligence.
Oh no.
I wanted to pop in there.
Straight up.
Crack open the shell, and I was like, and feast on the delicious goo inside.
Oh, no way!
Oh
shit.
my lord!
The
He's got
secret's
all
out,
the
Jesse.
rolls.
20s.
With the appropriate
20s.
tools, you could probably very carefully chisel the pearl off of whatever it's containing.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Rolls a natural one.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it with 2 20s. I'm like feeling confident.
You go work very carefully, just like peeling it off. You get like a few like small metal prongs like in there, and just carefully peel off. It does say Syrinscape is saying that Rojo and Cuddly has lost connection.
Oh,
to the
no.
music.
Oh, it probably from when my
Yeah, I actually haven't had any music since I launched it, so that's.
Oh, hold on. I might just go back in.
But as you're peeling, you, after a while, taking it off piece by piece, carefully, a very small spiral shell is what you find within.
Oh.
And it's vibrating ever so faintly in your hand.
Well, isn't this odd? I guess well, I don't have a pearl to cast Identify now, so I guess I'll I guess I'll ritual cast Detect Magic and see what the deal
Please,
is.
Gerald, I'm not carrying around 7 fucking pearls for you to not have a pearl at your disposal. Please, come wake me up.
Well, it's gonna.
So you have access to pearl. And I'm gonna ask, who has retired at this point? Who's still with Gerald at the table as he's slowly working on this?
Oh, are you doing it at the table?
Oh, I suppose I didn't say, did I? So yeah, I guess, yeah.
Arthur's waiting for Rudy to go to sleep.
That's
All right. Nana tucks in, but might be doing a little something. She might still be awake, but
that's ominous.
probably in the room.
Very ominous.
Rudy would have kept drinking, but like not to like get drunk. He would have started to pace himself after Arthur left. So he's not going to get intoxicated, but he would have stayed at the table. He would have been he's interested in what Gerald's doing.
Arthur's pretending he's sleeping then.
Just pretending to be asleep.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Gone to his room and pretending to be asleep,
How
is
are
he?
you gonna keep drinking like a straw? That won't even. Never mind.
It's just gonna be dribbling out.
Yeah, you got to like figure out a new way to.
You just
to,
kick
like,
it back.
Go like,
Hang on, shall I try a live demonstration?
Yeah, try
Yes,
and
please do.
try and drink a swig without using any of your lower lip.
Oh my god.
So you're just gonna have to
Right?
like
It's about to go
hold it
everywhere.
down.
Hang on. No, I've decided not to.
He's just gonna waterboard himself.
I'm gonna make a big mess. I won't do it.
You're gonna have to get a straw and just like wrap your tongue around the straw.
Ooh.
Oh, that's even worse. Hang on. I've got a straw here. Hold on. Let me see if I can. So hang on. So I'm gonna.
Oh, please don't choke your. Oh my god.
Well, no,
It
you
works,
can't
it
use your
works,
lip.
It works. It works.
You can't
It
use
works,
your
it
lip
works.
to make a seal, though.
Yep. Rudy can drink through a straw. It
But you
works.
can't use your lip to make a seal though on the straw.
No, the,
mate,
You
you
do
use
the
your
tongue,
tongue.
roll the tongue.
yeah, I can do it.
He's like sucking in his bottom lip. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
All right.
yeah.
Can we have someone clip that? please?
Anyway. The shell is vibrating, like humming faintly in your hand, Jeremy.
Oh no.
All right,
And it's a pristine white shell, like almost faintly sparkling, reflecting light.
Like a. Is it empty? Like if I look in the in the hole.
It spirals a few laps, so you can't like see into it too much. But as you're angling it, is it making a sound?
Bring it close, but not right up to my ear, in case something leaps out into my brain.
Sounds like a very faint humming.
Oh,
Like someone is humming a tune, like a voice is coming through.
oh. Is it like pleasant song kind of sound?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And with that intelligence check as well, it could be Nadia's voice.
Oh. Hello?
Nothing, just the same song keeps repeating ever so often. Like listening to it a few times, it's on loop, kind of.
Oh. Well, that's nice. That's still very odd.
And it's I don't think it's any language you understand.
No,
there
I
are
only know a
actual
couple.
lyrics.
Although, hold on. Hold the phone. Where is it? Yes, I will ritual cast comprehend languages.
And that allows you to understand, I believe.
Yes, for the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. Also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written.
Okay. It is celestial.
Oh.
And even though it sounds like singing, they are literal words. It comes through more of as a poem.
Yeah.
And it goes, in the ocean's depth I wait for you, my wish that one day be part of two. To be part, I split apart, becoming more than me. In your hand you hold the strand, allowing us to be we. When the two are one and one is more, I will need your aid to seal my fate and help you settle the score. Gerald, oh Gerald, torn between lion and snake, in your hand you hold my wish, if only to even the stakes. When your task is done and the battle won, I hope to my rescue you will come.
What?
Oh, there's so many things in that.
That was
Wow.
that was a
I
lot.
will-
Please,
I will
could
put
you?
the whole thing
That
in?
was-
Yeah, please do,
Great.
because I started
That
typing and then it was like, oh
overloads
god, there's a
the
lot to
package.
this.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
What?
Darcy immediately infers a whole bunch of shit from that, but I don't want to.
I need
That
to
was
actually
so
like
good.
read that
Yeah.
properly. Oh,
I
man.
wrote that the session you met, Nadia.
Huh.
Wow.
Wow.
It's been there for a while.
That's
Yeah, that's been
it's
there
just
for a
waiting.
long
It's just been
time.
waiting.
Wow.
that I can yeah, that's cool.
Wow, so in the ocean's depth I wait for you. I wish that one day be part of two. To be part, I split apart, becoming more than me. In your hand you hold a strand allowing us to be we.
Is
The-
Gerald speaking?
I think
this out
she's
loud?
asking you on a date.
Yeah, is Gerald asking this out, speaking this out loud, or
Yeah. So like he'll be basically essentially like dictating it to himself, because he can't speak Celestial, obviously. So that he can make a copy for himself in common and ponder over it.
At this point, Rudy's like right up shoulder to shoulder, going, "Oh, is this a riddle? I
In
love
your-
riddles."
Yeah, just shh. I'm trying to listen to the words. In your hand you hold a strand allowing us to be we. When the two are one, and I'm sure he has to like wait for the loop to restart a few times to catch the other bits. When the two are one and one is more, I'll need your aid to seal my fate and help you settle the score. Gerald, oh Gerald, torn between lion and snake. In your hand you hold my wish, if only to even the stakes. When your task is done and the battle won, I hope to my rescue you'll come.
Yeah, Denny is in chat and is asking, "What's happening? Did Gerald get a love letter?"
Essentially.
Yes.
I feel like this is more of a help me, Gerald the wizard, you're my only hope kind of a situation. Which no one should really ever ask me for, I think. If I'm their last hope, that's probably very dire.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I
Gerald, you're
doubt
pretty
I'm their
good.
last hope, honestly. Let's be real here, but this is very fascinating. What's the lion and the snake?
How much? I've forgotten. Just as in Darcy's forgotten. How much has Gerald told Rudy of your pact and the offer from the real Pallid Princess? I'm just trying to.
He kind of like it was still being a bit vague, but he has sort of like told you that basically that his magic doesn't come to him in the same way. He's more like got a patron. The way he's described it to you is that he's got a patron who gives him knowledge,
Yeah.
in exchange for a previously as yet unknown task.
Yeah.
But
And does-
now
yeah.
we know the task.
Yeah. And did you tell Rudy and the rest of the party that it's like to free a demon, or like a dangerous task, or like a not a good task essentially?
Yeah. No, I definitely said it's not a good task. I don't think I specifically told Rudy. I mean, Nana knows, because I've shown her the contract, so
Because
she's
I'm just
seen the.
wondering if Rudy can infer that between the lion and the snake could mean between the original task and the original patron, and
Well, there's obviously. I mean, in character now, there's obviously some. I mean, this is obviously something specifically a message for me because it's got my name in it.
I don't see any other Geralds nearby. Yes.
No.
No, the other Gerald was in Green Harbor.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's right.
that's right.
Lovely
Too bad
chap,
for that,
actually.
Gerald.
Good callback. Perhaps they're offering to replace the pact if I'm able to get through or get out of or somehow resolve this one without further terrible things happening to me.
What I find not a great omen is when your task is done and the battle won.
Yes.
What battle, Gerald?
Well, I presume the task that I mentioned is essentially they're wanting me to free a fiend named Silishka and his 999 demons in a bottle.
That's a lot of demons.
It's a lot of demons, Rudy.
That's
It's so
a
many
lot of
demons.
That's
Honestly,
essentially-
it's more demons than I've certainly seen and
to
ever
be
wished
fair,
to see.
Gerald, one demon is too many demons in my book.
I agree, and I've already seen more than one, and I do not like it. However,
But that's the task, not the battle. Why would they say that? I wonder.
Because when I spoke to Nadia, the Naiad who gave me this pearl, there was an implication that perhaps her, I'm guessing, deity or something of that nature, may be able to either assist or provide some other kind of help when it comes to dealing with Silishka. The problem is I didn't really understand it at the time, unfortunately, because she mentioned something about a Song of Spheres and finding an Dragon, and I didn't really understand a lot of that at the time. Honestly, I still really don't. But I have a feeling that that there was a chance at the god thing we all did, and I feel like I didn't quite understand it at the time. But perhaps there was another option for me there.
I will say, with a natural 20 for your intelligence and Arcana, this is probably what the Sahagin were looking for.
Oh.
Because they referred to a stolen heart.
Oh.
Oh,
Is there a particular thing about this that would sort of lead me to that connection?
Yes, the intent that there is a wish.
Okay.
The poem itself contains like someone's desires, someone's feelings and emotions. Because you remember, they said that Nadia had been promised to Prince Karkarian, but her heart had been taken.
Oh. I didn't remember the Nadia being promised to Prince Karkarian bit. I don't know. I
definitely knew something of yours, to be honest, Rohan.
I just assumed that it was something that I had.
He's got something watery.
I was like, they probably want the pearl or something, but I had no idea about this.
Gerald enlighten Rudy and Nana to that.
Yes, so...
Yes, I think Nana may have come back now that Sin is asleep, but she probably isn't caught up at all. But
Gerald will catch Nana up at this point if she comes down.
So you're telling me the whole time the Sahagin are after you?
Not me per se, but I think they're after this, because the poem that I'm hearing in Celestial, I believe. Would I even know that it's Celestial, or do I just understand the language and not sure what language it is?
But I do believe Rudy speaks Celestial.
Oh fuck! Hang on. Whoops. No.
Oh no, you don't.
No.
Oh.
Someone did.
Watch it be Goose.
Watch it be Goose. Right?
No, it's not
Ruined
Goose.
Eye says Rudy doesn't speak anything right now.
You have a bit of a list.
He doesn't.
No, I genuinely thought that one of y'all did. No,
just because I'm so.
no, you only know that you only get like auto translation.
Yeah, exactly. I just realized that I probably wouldn't actually know what language it is necessarily. But it does appear to have some emotional plea to it. It is definitely related to the plane of water in the Naiad Nadia. The sound I hear is very similar to her voice, and I believe it's probably some sort of arcane recording of her voice, speaking whatever language this is. And
Now,
so they were probably after this in hindsight.
how long have you had this without getting the message?
Oh, a very long time.
I see.
About 2.5 months.
Yeah, about 2.5 months,
Oh.
give or take.
Oh no, that'd be about right.
I'm sure she's
To be
fine.
fair, it was hidden inside what appeared to be a pearl. No one would think to crack open a perfectly good pearl.
No, and it looks like, and she just kind of holds up the shards. You peeled it like an egg.
Yes, well, we had plenty of practice on the ship for a long journey. All we had was eggs to peel.
Well, thank God for those.
I guess it came in handy after all. I don't know what to do with this.
So with your nat 20 Arcana, the essence of magic is there's not only a magical recording. The innate magical aura of the object is more than just a magic mouth spell.
Right. Oh, well, whatever the case is, it says when the task is done and the battle won, and I don't know if is it referring to the task we just done, or is it the task that I personally have yet to encounter? I don't know.
I mean, if you allow me to infer, and Gerald, don't get a little too upset about this one, but could it possibly be referring to the army of undead? A battle?
I don't know. We get in a lot of fights, Rudy.
Yeah, but they're fights. A battle is...
Are fights not battles?
I would call a battle a larger skirmish.
Perhaps. I really don't know. And apparently, and it's saying in your hand, you now hold my wish, if only to even the stakes. I feel like this has to have something to do with my task, with Salishkar and...
It seems very personal. She did say your name.
Yes.
Twice.
Many times, yeah.
Which very surprising.
Do you have a secret admirer that's not so secret?
I doubt it. I think I just happened to be there, and that they had one chance to pass it on, and
Gerald is a last resort.
And they were unlucky enough to pass it on to me, I'm afraid.
Oh, the most unlucky.
You could. I didn't really need the extra boot there, Rudy, but yes,
I
quite.
said nothing. I just was agreeing with you. Look.
Okay, yes, you don't need to agree so vehemently.
Just me, or
I'm just looking. Sorry, Josie. I'm just trying to look back through my notes. What was the name of the? Oh, Zuriel. Okay, I found it. Thank you. Never mind. I'm not sure whether it refers to Zuriel themselves or to Salishkar specifically. I don't know who represents the lion and who represents the snake. Do you have any ideas?
It was just me clicking the wrong soundtrack.
Okay. I was like,
everything went quiet, like all the voices stopped. I was like,
and then just scary music, and I'm like, oh no, who's coming? Oh my god.
Oh, now I'm
coming?
getting the music finally. Yeah, here we go.
Okay. Whoa.
Okay.
I don't know why the volume was like nothing.
Hold on. Okay, there we go. Well, I think regardless, maybe this is going to require further pondering on a fresh mind. Maybe we should retire for now and work this out in the morning.
Perhaps.
Perhaps, but So, lion and snake,
Do
Gerald,
those symbols...
do you think of these as the two pallid princesses? Is any of them, are they... Do
I
either of them
wouldn't-
have a symbol?
I wouldn't call Urgatho a symbol a snake or a lion. It's more of a...
It's the...
Gerald, make a religion check.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Gerald religion. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. My religion's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, mine is...
Especially if I roll an 18 on it. 26.
Oh shit.
No.
This is making up for those natural 1 death saves, baby.
Finally.
For all you know, Lion most likely refers to Salishgar himself.
Oh.
He's portrayed as
Oh, that's right, because he was like a flamey lion boy, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's he's got a humanoid body, but his head is that of a feline, and the mane is fire.
Yep.
And the
Oh.
only snake that comes to mind is that you have seen
Hmm.
and you have heard Sarkaba refer to itself as a snake.
Refer to itself as a snake?
Yes.
What?
So you have like a fire lion and a water snake? Is that what's happening here?
Hang on.
No.
Sarkaba
No. Yeah, you two won't get this, as characters, but Scarbo is my hat.
Oh!
Oh!
And you know,
That's my hat's name.
You know that Sarkaba works for someone else.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the hat worked for Salishgar. Okay.
No.
No,
They're
I-
completely
I
out.
know
They're
that.
another
Oh,
party.
fuck. This-
Yeah, I've
it's
got so many things
4D
beyond my
chess
pay
idea.
grade that
Yeah.
are like gunning for me.
Sarkaba has mentioned the title, The Last Incantation, being its master.
The last incantation.
Oh wow, I did not have that in my notes. Thank you. Okay.
Kill the last
I'm gonna-
incantation. Set it free. We have a free hat now.
Hold on, let me go back
Set
up
it
to my
loose on the
hat
world.
notes.
Loose
Oh
on
my
the
god.
Master's giving hat socks.
Hat is free!
Hat is free! Starbar's free!
Walks on his little ribbons away.
Oh my god.
Gets a little briefcase. Puts on a little top hat on top of the top of the hat.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, my brain is now just reeling with information. So what was the last incantation? Did you say it was?
Yeah, The Last Incantation.
Okay. Okay.
This music is so inspiring,
Yeah.
and I'm confused as fuck.
All right. All right.
I just wanted more than tavern noises.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess this. Well, we're already sort of in it now, so I was a little bit hesitant to sort of reveal or explain this overly much. Just purely because it scared me and I didn't want to frighten you all off. But take the wizard hat off. This is the hat. Turns out to be kind of sentient.
Oh, that was the snoring.
Arthur was right?
No.
Oh no, Arthur
I
was
did
right.
hear it.
Arthur was
speak
definitely
back
not
then.
right. No.
No.
Oh, it's a good thing Arthur. pretended
Arthur
to be
was-
asleep.
Arthur was definitely not right, and never tell Arthur about it. No.
I'm going to tell Arthur about
I
it.
refuse. Last time he threw hot cocoa in my face and scolded me, and it was a whole thing. So don't tell Arthur.
Yes, and I almost strangled the whole camp. I remember this. It was very
Yes, so we're not
unfortunate.
telling
His life
Arthur
was very
this
sick,
because
turns out.
he'll just
I
freak
can
out
see.
again, and I don't want to. That was too terrifying. I do not want.
He won't throw hot cocoa at you anymore.
He might. You don't
Your hat
know.
can talk. Can your hat? Hello, hat.
Yes.
It can talk. Look, it can only speak.
Arthur,
It can
Arthur,
only
when
speak in
you
abyssal.
speak, you just hear Sin giggling. on the other side of the room.
Arthur kind of rolls over and goes, "Oi, Sin, what are you giggling about?"
Nothing.
No. You're giggling and
He
you're
just
smiling.
turns around and goes.
So,
That little shit.
so the hat, its name is Zixkaba, and
Sarkaba.
Sarkaba. Yeah, with an X, right?
What? Xavier?
Yeah, it's
What?
spelled with an X, but it's pronounced Sarkaba.
Sarkaba. Okay. So Sarkaba here is some sort of magical artifact that was created by someone else. Apparently, they're part of a number of creations this person made.
I'm sorry. Before, I'm very confused. Did
Me
Sarkaba
too.
want to get embroidered?
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that. Did you?
Is it like his
did this
tattoo?
poor hat?
I
Did you ask
okay.
permission first?
You have to ask
In
permission
my
before embroidering
defense-
people, Gerald.
In my defense,
You don't see me, chiseling into Kratos'
I-
name.
I only heard it speak for the first time recently on our recent mission in the last couple of months.
It really leans.
So
into
it's
the hype.
news to
Are
me
you
from that
okay?
point as
Is
well.
Gerald hurting you?
Sarkaba, are you all
Are
right?
you all right? Do you need help?
It can't understand you.
Wrong.
Oh,
It doesn't know common.
oh. But does it know we're leaning in and whispering to it?
Yes, and it's probably very confused.
Can
Well-
it eat?
No,
Is it
it's sentient. It's not
Can
not a
you
living
ask it
being.
if it's okay and if you hurt it?
Sure. And I'll speak in I'll speak in abyssal, and I'll be like, Sakaba,
Yes. And you see the hat move.
Oh, Nana, it's actually
Oh.
alive.
Oh, yeah. Do
Um,
you think Gerald's lying to us? Gerald doesn't lie.
can
Can be
you
a bit of an attention hog sometimes.
can you tell me a little bit more about your master, the last incantation?
What would you like to know?
Oh, it's moving again. Nana, it's moving again.
I think it means it's talking.
And I turn to them as I say in common, he's totally fine with the embroidery. Back to Sakaba.
It looks
That's
very
good.
good.
Wait. Hang on. Press F to doubt. I'm rolling. How convincing was that?
I don't know.
I mean, we don't know the language.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. all right,
What
bad
language
news.
is it speaking?
abyssal.
Abyssal.
Oh, are we pressing F to what do we roll?
We're pressing F to
F to doubt.
I'll say you get Gerald make a deception roll, and then the other two you
Sure.
make insight at a disadvantage because you don't know the
Yeah.
language.
No, that's fair. Cool.
Deception, was it? Gotcha.
Rudy's pretty good at insight.
23.
If you're doing it, I'm doing it,
Oh,
but
okay.
I won't even know.
So at disadvantage, so we just roll twice, yeah? Roll twice, take the lowest.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
DC 23.
Yeah,
Wow.
you got to beat the 23.
That's a natural 20 for 28.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, but-
I know, I'm going to take the lowest one, so that sucks.
Nana,
Nana's just like,
Oh, wow, good rolls.
Right. Wow, okay.
Roll.
Nana's like oblivious. She's like, oh, why can't it eat if
Oh
it's
my God.
sentient? This seems wrong.
I'd,
She's like,
yeah,
coming up on this fact.
Nana probably distracted, looking at the hat more than Gerald's own body language when relaying the information. Rudy, Gerald is obviously just deflecting. Just it was way too erratic. It was too sudden. It was more like.
Well.
It's
Gerald.
fine.
He sure he has his reasons. Files it under a way for bringing it up with Gerald later when he's cornered.
So, what would I like to know? Does your is that their name? The last incantation. Do they have another name?
They are Abraxas, master of the final incantation, lord of forbidden lore and magic, and lord of the forbidden knowledge, the seeker of all arcane.
Okay. That's a lot of... They like a lot of titles, don't they? Does Abraxas know about me in any way? By any chance?
Most likely through me.
Oh. Do you talk to each other?
They see what I see.
Oh no.
They definitely saw the brothel night and you just being fucking.
I'm gonna say we go
The
in
oh no
common.
was in common, yeah.
Oh, is everything
Oh,
all right? Oh
that
my
didn't
gosh, it
sound
hates
good.
the
Oh, yeah.
embroidery. Oh my god, we're going to have to de-stitch it. Oh my god, and then
yeah,
it's like
hang on,
digging
I'm
for
sure.
the
Yeah,
stuff.
I've got a knife here somewhere. We can rescue the hat.
Like, it's not about the stitching. It's more important than that.
Wait, you did ask.
It does. And I'll turn back to Sakaba. Does Abraxas speak to you though, or do they just see what you see and hear what you hear? Hello, by the way, Abraxas.
Since the exculpation, communication has been slim.
Right.
The ex-co-
So they could contact you, but they generally don't.
It would require effort.
I see. I'll get back to you. Right, the other two, and I'm like,
Hold that thought.
yeah, hold that thought.
Can you just be a hat for a while?
All right, so this. Oh, also, Josie, do I? Was it kind of a given that Abraxas is yet another deity that we've got on our plate?
You eating them now?
What the hell? I clicked the wrong music again. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
That's all right.
It's just funny.
No, it's way too much.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just funny. It's just like, whoa.
And to turn back to Zargo, and like, hold on, just to double check. Abraxas, deity or something else?
Abraxas governs Pleroma of the Abyss.
Pleroma? I'm not familiar. Am I familiar, Josie?
No.
Am I?
Am I familiar?
No.
Okay.
No, you don't know.
Governs Pleroma of the Abyss. Okay.
Gerald, I thought asking this hat was meant to give us answers. All it's done is giving us questions.
Well, I mean, sometimes
And now we have to realize we got another pet to feed.
Sometimes, well, we don't need to feed it. It's fine.
Do you feed it knowledge?
No, I don't feed it anything.
Taken an interest since your agreement with the third eye, the all-knowing.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, Nephis.
Methods?
Are they?
I'm sorry, what did I just hear? Nana, please. Don't be
So I'll quickly aside. Catching you up. It turns out that something, another larger power, is apparently able to perceive through my hat everything, and it's like I've got a freaking Eye of Sauron on my head now. I just realized.
Look, I have to. Is anyone else a little annoyed that the gods keep fucking up in our lives like this? Like they just show up and like suddenly
yes.
I just want to.
I
Thank
wouldn't be
you,
able to
Nana.
do something, you know?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do any of the things I can do without the the gods.
Oh,
so
yes,
I
yes,
suppose-
blah, blah, gods are great, Rudy, we know, all right.
I mean,
Did-
mine is
the
fine.
shit.
We had dinner together. We got
All right, I know
drunk,
who's
but-
not getting healing next time they die.
Right. Anyway, all right. So hello.
Yes, so, okay. So,
Rexy.
so it looks like that the lion and snake spoke about in the poem. The lion being Salishka, who is my patron, and the snake is apparently regarding to Sakaba's master Abraxas, last incantation governing the pleroma of the abyss, whatever the hell that is. Still not sure of deity or something else. Have either of you heard of pleroma of the abyss? Does that mean anything to you?
Absolutely not.
I mean,
This
I could
is-
roll what? No, I wouldn't. know.
No, I wouldn't.
Honestly, Gerald, you know where would be a good place to find those answers?
Probably, maybe in the library.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was about to suggest the library when we go back to the Arcana College.
I think that's probably wise. What are we going to do about? Because apparently he's taken some sort of interest in me now that now that I've got like a supplementary agreement with Nephis, that other god.
I
There's
mean,
too many gods.
What's just another god? I mean, they're just there.
What's just another god, Rudy?
I
don't-
have an idea.
I don't want to
Gerald.
be involved in a celestial tug of war.
Well,
I
I mean,
got it.
first of all, it sounds like it's too late.
I know.
Forget the abyss and just I don't know, run away with Nadia and she can be your patron or something. I don't know. I don't know
She's-
how patrons work.
But she's wanting me to rescue her. I don't know how to deal with any of
You
this.
know, and then you have like you can rescue, and then she'll give you power, and then you don't need to worry about the abyss, and the abyss can stay in the abyss. It's not the most pleasant place I've ever been. I've got to tell you.
It's you've been to the abyss, Nana? Oh yes, we went there together, actually, didn't we?
Oh,
Gerald,
Gerald.
please.
You know, it only really
Terrible.
clicked just now that was actually the abyss, like capital letter the abyss. I just thought it was just a really nasty looking like room
And
for
now,
effect.
to a couple wrinkles and went. It was not lost on me.
Oh,
Oh, Nana, that. Gerald,
I'm
how could you
so-
take Nana to such a horrible place?
I'm sorry, Nana. Oh, I had no idea that we were going directly to the abyss. If I knew that we were going to the abyss, I wouldn't have gone, Rudy.
I honestly feel like just sitting here and asking questions after questions is not going to get us anywhere. How about we turn in for the night, we get Sin over to the college tomorrow, hit up that library, you can do all of the searching you want to do, and I can take a long nap.
You know, that sounds good, except for the part where I'm not going to get any sleep tonight, likely.
I mean, I'm sure Nana, you could brew up something that'll just knock you out. Wait,
got a
I
lovely
can
tea.
knock you out. Gerald, if you want to have the best
Nope.
hour of sleep. Okay, fine. I mean, I promised to touch you with one of the non-skeletal fingers.
That part didn't even cross my mind, but double no.
Well, if it makes you uncomfortable, I don't have any. I have normal fingers. I almost said human fingers, but they're not.
Hey, what's wrong with human fingers?
Nothing. I just have gnome fingers. They're little.
That's fine. Nana, if you've got a tea or something for calming, I would be most appreciative.
Oh, yes, of course. I can brew you something here.
Thank you. I don't want to vibrate off my bed tonight.
Oh no, you wouldn't be vibrating at all.
Good.
Anything else anyone does?
Rudy and Nana share like a knowing look.
Knowing that we can both full well do.
Literally kill Gerald for an hour.
As you're all getting settled, you come into the room as Sin is sound asleep. Arthur pretending to be asleep.
So now that Rudy's gone to sleep,
Wait, what?
Um,
Hang
he's
on.
gonna get up. He's gonna
Rudy
get
said nothing about going. What?
some ink and a feather,
Really? This is what you were waiting to do?
And I'm imagining he's probably still have the scarf sort of covering. He's gonna draw on a nose
I say make a stealth check.
and some lips.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what's Rudy's passive perception?
14.
Not as high as ours.
Hang on. Let me scroll down so you can see this.
Oh,
So
no.
stealth check,
Yeah.
23.
Okay. Yeah. No one notices when you're sneaking around the room.
All right.
God.
So
after
what's the plan?
he's drawn that on, he sits there, he's sort of like
Wait, what are you drawing?
a nose
On
on
what?
his little scarf.
Hang on, I'm
This
trying
thing
to
that
think
he
if Rudy
wears.
Oh, this
Oh,
is-
on his
I'm
scarf.
trying to
Oh.
think if Rudy fell asleep with the scarf on, though. I feel like it would have been conflicting, like around his mouth.
So he would have
Make him a
taken it
paper
off.
nose.
You know what? He wouldn't have wore it. He would have made sure. Yeah, he wouldn't have worn it. It'd be on like a bedside table or something
All right.
to make it easier for you all. There you go.
All right. He's still gonna draw a nose and a mouth with two like really bad drawn lips, like the top lip and the bottom lip, and he's gonna sort of.
I'm gonna say make a sleight of hand check because now you're actively touching someone.
Oh no, he's
No, I put it
because
on
it's
a
not on
bedside
him.
table, Joseph.
Yeah.
No, but he said he was. Are you painting on the scarf or on
Yeah,
Rudy?
the scarf because I
scarf,
want
it's
him
painted
to
on the
put it.
scarf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
never
when he
mind.
puts it on, it's gonna be.
Why do I
Um,
always know something's gonna. Oh my
I
god.
thought
so
something serious was going
No,
to
no,
happen.
no check.
No,
then.
no, so
You,
he does like really bad cruel lips and everything like that, and then he goes finds a glass of water and puts Rudy's hand in it, and then
Oh
he's
my
got to get
God.
in bed now.
Well, now he's touched me. So hang on.
yeah,
now
yeah,
he's going
make
to
a
do the sleight of
make a
hand.
sleight of hand check.
Oh my
Shake.
God.
Yeah, to get the hand in the water
Had to
without
just
it.
throw the glass of water in there. Couldn't be satisfied.
Yeah,
with a
look, I
smiley
had to do
face.
He's
Oh.
look. This is Arthur. Of course, he's going to push his luck.
He's gonna use a inspiration.
Oof.
I've got two. I've got two. So
Ooh.
that'll do.
Oh, damn it.
As you do, you put one of the hands like in a glass of
Wait,
water,
hold on,
and
did you grab the
no.
gloved hand or the
Yeah.
the non-gloved
Well,
hand? first of all?
I don't really understand like what sort of side of the bed you're.
It-
supposed to-
just which hand did you grab? Did you grab the gloved hand or the normal hand?
Well, I would assume the one that would be not in a glove.
I mean, the
so-
closer one,
Okay.
right? Whatever
So you
the.
grabbed, so you grabbed
Yeah.
the fleshy hand. Okay.
God, I hope
as
the
you
whole
as
hand.
you put it in the water,
Oh
it
god,
just,
it's just like slough
one
off.
fingertip,
Oh.
fingertip just sloughs off.
Oh no!
Arthur sort of and realizes like where he is, and
Mistakes were made.
Because I'm at the center of this, can I have Arthur make a Constitution save to throw up? Because you've thrown up at every other time this has happened. I believe this is in
Like,
Go for it.
Surely
Yeah.
that would wake us all.
Yeah. Arthur starts dry heaving in the middle of the room.
and he's got to quickly get back to bed.
Everyone wakes up and just sees Arthur scrambling into a bed.
Arthur, are you?
What?
What's-
Why is my hand in a glass of?
What's going
Oh,
on,
I've lost another
Arthur?
finger. Oh, what? The...
Oh no!
Oh,
not-
that-
But
not
you haven't lost
crazy.
the whole finger. It's just
Oh,
like
that's
from
it.
your the middle finger, like the
Mm.
skin and muscle halfway into the finger is gone.
Yeah. Oh, I've lost some more. Wait, why was it in water? Arthur!
What? What?
Arthur, is this your doing? And Rudy holds up the cup with like the floating finger in it in your face.
Arthur's gonna
Floating
play, like,
finger
a full-
flesh.
Arthur's gonna play dumb. Never trust a
Oh
fool.
no!
And so that's an
Well,
advantage
play
on
dumb
that.
then.
Play dumb.
No,
Come on.
It's a social check. You gotta play dumb for us.
You gotta play dumb.
Oh.
Come on.
What? What is a cup? What's floating in there?
Oh, what's floating in there, Arthur? You want to know what's floating in
Why
there?
are
do
you getting cranky with me?
What do I have to roll against that, Josie? Or...
Well, your passive insight is 18, so it's still like you still realize that he's pulling his shit.
He-
Okay, so you want to know what this is, Arthur? You have no idea what this is.
No. What are you
Rudy
talking
tips
about?
the water on his face. Tips the cup.
Arthur actually now spews.
What is this?
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
What else
Jo-
did you do?
Josie, does it like when it comes off him? Because I know you said that like he doesn't stink when he's in the armor, but like the bits
Yeah.
that come off him, once they're off him, do they start to like immediately smell, or like what's
A
the
little
deal?
bit, yeah. It's like they die very quickly and just fall off. So it's just this like tiny little shell casing of a finger that's just like blackened on the ground.
Again, to
Just-
all the chats out there, I apologize if you're eating. I really do.
I don't. It's part of the experience.
Honestly, yeah, you came to.
This
I
is-
don't apologize.
Yeah.
I've made
In fact,
Theater
I
of the
demand
mind,
more
bitches.
products.
it's in my stream title. It's in the Discord that Rudy's losing body parts. So just I made it
Yeah.
very clear.
Yeah, that's fair.
Arthur's got to
Okay.
clean himself up from the spew and just go like, I still don't know what you're talking about.
well,
Ugh.
Anyways, it's getting late. We should get back to bed.
We were in bed, Arthur.
Yeah, look.
Nana just goes back to. She's just like, I don't even know. Pulls the sheets up over her head and just goes, I'm done.
as Rudy gets back into bed, he notices the drawn on cloth. He's like, just rolls over.
Missed opportunity to put a moustache on it though.
Look, to be honest, I was thinking either moustache or cut.
Eventually, you all get to bed, get yourself sorted. Morning comes to, there's a faint window, some light comes in. The sun seems to be shining outside in the city. You can hear some hustle and bustle down the corridor in the open end, side of the tavern. Anything particular you want to do? The day is
in-
yours.
Today?
We have to drop Sin off.
Alright.
Yes, we've got the induction for Sin.
Yes, Josie, I wanted
And-
to ask, because I wasn't able to ask on break, if the enchanter had like a little, like, I don't know, little night light, like a cute little trinket that maybe gives off some little lights or something.
You could easily go check. You get it's a little. It seems to be like something you set on, just like on a nightstand. It's like a very small wooden orb almost, where you can tip the top back, and there's a faint light in it. So you could like adjust. It has like dimming settings. It has little knobs, like set it to how much open it's going to be.
I'd like to say that maybe Nana sneaks out before Sin is fully awake, and like maybe she saw it yesterday and went, "Oh, that'll be great," and then
It will run you 5 gold pieces.
that's fine.
If it's possible before the or after, it doesn't matter really. But Rudy would go to look for the fine tailor today.
The fingers.
Yeah.
You know what?
As you're waking up and getting ready, Rudy, you get a surprise when you see yourself in the mirror.
Oh no! Yeah, yeah.
Your right eyelid is missing.
Oh no!
Arthur grabs the ink and quill.
Your
and goes,
right eye is just looks like it's bulging open.
Oh, it'll be all dry.
Look,
Can't
I know I
blink
said it as
anymore.
a joke last night,
It's
Rudy,
fine.
but do you want me to
So hang on,
maybe fix you up?
Arthur, just get away for a second, please. So hang on. So how does the eye feel?
It feels fine.
it's like
Yeah, you feel
lubricated.
fine.
It's fine. It's just
Well, You feel fine.
Yeah.
You
It's
can move
not
it. You can see
fine.
through it.
You just feel fine.
You just feel fine.
Okay.
Is
I'm
like
beginning
the
to think-
eyeball all bloodshot and shit as well, or is it just like looks perfectly healthy eyeball?
Yeah, it looks like a healthy eyeball.
Until it's not.
I am loving this curse. It's so weird.
Oh god.
I don't think I'm going to be able to hide this one.
Arthur moves again forward with the quill and ink.
Arthur, I swear to Urgathoa, if you come near me with that pen again, I will do something.
Please
you will
don't
regret.
invoke.
Waving
Then
the
they-
hand, your fingertip flies off right into Arthur's face.
Oh, no.
Arthur's holding back He's dry heaving.
Oh, I had
There you
this
go.
great idea that
The
maybe we
name.
could put Rudy back together, but there's no fucking way anymore.
There's going to be nothing left of you, Rudy. What are you going to
But you
do?
feel fine.
But Gerald, I feel fine.
That's irrelevant at this point. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
You might feel fine, but you are missing an eyelid, man. And you just threw a finger at Arthur. Nothing about this is fine.
That's one way to get your point across.
I hate it here.
Okay, Gerald, you have to admit that was pretty funny. The way he ran.
I'm laughing half out of terror. Seriously, though, like, you're falling apart. Quite literally.
Hang on. Mentally, emotionally, or physically, Gerald, because...
Yes.
Yeah, looking yourself over, Rudy, like taking a good look, all your fingertips are blackened, your toes are blackened, your upper lip is starting to go like dark purple, and both of your ears.
Okay, well, my concern is how I'm going to get to a tailor and hide all this.
That's your concern?
Fine wares.
How do I get to a tailor?
Well,
Well,
I
my
can't really
eyelid
go out
just
in
fell
public
off
like
and I can't blink anymore. How do I get to a tailor?
What do you... So, again, so if Rudy goes to blink, does he still feel like he blinks?
No.
No, okay, so he cannot blink, but he doesn't feel the urge to blink.
No. Feels fine.
Okay.
Your fingers as well. Even though you're missing like skin and muscle, you can still move your fingertips fine.
Yeah, yeah.
And you wiggle your toes.
Right, yeah.
How are you not freaking out? I'm freaking out.
Gerald, I don't know.
What
Whether
is
it's-
wrong with you?
Whether it's...
You better not find a dog nearby.
Is your
Like,
brain
next-
falling out? What is wrong, man?
Possibly, I don't know at this point.
You not being scared is making me more scared.
Well, Gerald, what would you propose I do?
Literally anything but continue to wear the armor of falling all your bits off.
Well, if I take off the armor,
Maybe
Arthur
you can.
throws up.
I don't know. I mean, so did I. But maybe
Gerald,
you could
Gerald,
fix
quick-
it.
Quick thing now. He's lost so much of his skin and muscle. If he was to take off the armor now, would he just bleed to death?
That's not my area of
Theoretically.
expertise.
we might be at the point of no return. Maybe for my own safety, I should keep the armor on.
Nana comes back in the room with the little like wrapped gift, just looks at Rudy and goes, "Oh my god."
Nana, can you please beat some sense into this man?
Look, ultimately, wearing this armor is Rudy's choice, although I do have concerns.
I don't know if we're going to be able to fill a clerical position in our party.
Oh, so that's your concern, whether you can get your cheap heals on the battlefield, Gerald.
It's not cheap. You're
No,
very
no,
expensive.
Rudy, anyone can heal. That's not what we're.
Have you seen how much you've been eating?
We're concerned about you, and we want you to be better. And look, I'm happy to go to. There must be someone in the city we could ask, but ultimately, I'm not going to force you to do anything you're not comfortable with, even though I have questions about your methods.
Okay, all right, fine.
And sanity.
Okay, all right.
Oh, no,
Just okay. All right, all right. You guys go take Sin to the college. I will stay here and attempt to figure out what is going on.
Rudy, I don't think anyone's going to look at you much differently. There's a lot of adventurers missing a lot of things, and I think Sin would love for you to see her off. However, I'm happy to
Wait,
help
how
you.
does
You, look,
Sin's the
as you say that, Sid just goes.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. No,
Honestly,
He's like,
you know,
What do you think, Sin?
Jesus Christ.
like full eyeball.
And you see her like she's sitting on the side of the bed, like holding a chair. I just don't want to be late.
Oh yes,
Again,
no, we should go.
You guys
we should go. Yes.
go. I will stay here. I will figure something out.
Arthur's gonna stay with Rudy because
No, Arthur, I request that you leave.
but it doesn't interest. Oh, okay.
As you're all heading out, then you're all getting ready to leave. Rudy, you're staying back in the room, and as everyone is walking out the door, Arthur dragging your feet. Last one, you hear a voice call for you.
Cool.
Arthur, wait up, please. And you see, like, coming from one of the back offices, Venerian Quinn.
Oh,
Oh,
make sure he's. Hi, hey, how you going?
It's going well, but I do have something urgent. The Black Queen would like to see you all today, if possible.
What time today?
Any time that fits you, really. She said that when you arrive, she will put other matters to the side. Seem to be of some haste.
Okay.
So if you're headed somewhere, looks at the others who are like out the door. Let me know as soon as you're back.
No problem at all. Look, Rudy's gonna stay here. He's got some other things to do, so we have to come back for him anyway. I'll let the group know that we're requested.
Yes.
And sort of Arthur sort of quickly puts his head back in the room and, wait, Rudy,
Yes, Arthur.
you got to put on your makeup, mate. We're gonna meet the Queen, the Black Queen thing today.
And Venerian pushes his head out. Are you all right? And then sees you. Never mind.
What come back for you?
Yelling from outside. Do you need any help with anything, Rudy?
I can't really just send my apologies and not show up. I imagine.
this is the Black Queen we're talking about, Ruby.
I know, Gerald. Do you have a hood?
I mean, I have a hood on my robe.
I know, Rudy has a hood.
Oh,
it's more
yeah, you have a hood.
I mean, that's
Get
right.
your stuff sorted and let me know when you're ready to go there. And
Right,
he
sweet,
walks
no
away
problem.
up into his office.
Well, hang on, we're gonna get Sin to the. Oh god.
Yeah, that's what we're
Yeah.
doing first. But
The rest are heading off with Sid, and you
Alright,
said you
just-
wanted to stay back in the room.
Yeah. Okay. Look, just come.
Okay, I've got an idea, Rudy. You do whatever it is you've got to do to try and sort yourself here. For the party's sake, when on our way back, I'll look for something. I'm sure there's a spell that can help disguise all of this.
Yes, that would be very useful. Thank you, Gerald. Much more useful than drawing faces on my clothing and putting my hand in water.
But also just fix yourself, man. Let's go. Sin's gonna be late.
yeah, and Arthur sort of starts walking outside.
Those are too low. What was that, Arthur?
Arthur's now starting to walk outside, like as trying to let's hurry up and do this.
Cool.
Hmm?
To the college.
So you take off towards the college. Rudy, what are you doing?
Well, he's kind of gotten away with using some of his spells for things that are probably not quite useful. So so he's probably not going to attempt that again. He feels like he's gotten away with too much recently in regards to that sort of thing. He's honestly just going to. Is there a fireplace in the room, or
Just throw himself
not-
into the fire.
He's gonna burn all his
Oh!
Comes out like a skeleton.
There's a small stove.
Go full
There's
scale.
a small
It's not
stove. There's not like a full fireplace. There's
is
a
it
small
is it
stove.
lit though? First of all, is it lit?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a few stray embers.
Rudy. God damn it.
Sorry.
Rudy, make sure there's no flame or embers. Like he sort of puts it out, sort of make sure it's out. And then he just prays. He prays to Urgathoa. He's not going to try any magic. He's not going to try and invoke powers or his powers or anything like that. He's just going to request further direction through prayer.
Okay.
He's not expecting anything. That's just what he's going to do right now.
Because you have actual spells now that lets you talk directly with Urgathoa. You have commune as a 5th level spell since you leveled up. Which
Be
lets
like,
you ask
ring,
questions
yo.
Right.
directly.
Sup,
Directly.
Urga?
Because I thought that was a bit more. I might have been. There's been so many spells that do a similar thing. It's kind of. Hang on, let
I
me
mean,
double
whether or
check.
not she gives you an answer is like another thing, because that seems to be an ongoing.
Yeah,
Check the one
God.
called
yeah,
commune.
it is. Yeah, yeah. With a yes or no.
Yeah.
Mm,
Or cryptic answers.
yeah.
I love that.
All right. Well, let's assume Rudy last night did a smart thing and didn't prepare contagion and prepared commune instead. It feels like contagion is not really useful right now.
Feels like you're already doing it, man. Without even trying.
You're already there.
Nailed it.
That shit's at will.
All right. All right. Like, okay, fine. Let's. All right. So he will. Does commune require anything? Sorry, I'm just looking at it now.
You have what you need, I believe.
Incense and a vial of holy water. Holy crap. Okay, that's interesting.
Hey, nice.
There you go. Yeah, he actually does have that. All right.
Yeah, you also have specially commissioned. I will allow you to use the dragon horn because you especially got it for these circumstances.
Yeah, yeah. As like a once-off usage, or is it like a?
Well, what does divination say or commune?
It just says you contact your deity or divine. partner.
Yeah, you don't need any like
Yeah.
monetary components. So yeah, you go ahead, set
Yeah,
up the
okay.
ritual.
Yeah. All right. So
You don't. It's even a ritual cast. So as
Yeah.
long as you take 11 minutes to cast it, you don't have to use a spell slot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, he'll do that first of all. And yeah, essentially the dragon horn. He would have like whittled it away to somewhat resemble as best he can something close to Urgathoa's symbol. Like that's essentially what he would have done. With that. Okay. So I wasn't ready for to ask an actual question. That's why I was kind of like shuffling it off to next session. I wasn't ready.
Well, we can say that you're setting up the ritual.
Yeah, that's a good place.
And you just feel a cold embrace. The room goes cold, but you can also like smell things all of a sudden. The room is like shivery cold, but it feels comfortable. You can smell food, all kinds of food. You also smell, to be frank, various types of body odors. And blood, flesh. While the rest of you all are heading towards the college Arcana, you walk through the Pavilion of Trades down the street, heading towards the college. You pass the fountain shaped of a young Golast Yawk, the orc in his prime. And when you step inside, rolling Sin by the entrance, you see the halfling Carl standing there with his little spectacles. Says, "Oh, yes, welcome. Now, I do not mean to alarm anyone, but the orientation is for alumni and students only." And looks at Sin, and she just looks up at all of you.
Oh, well, I can leave you here. Will we have a chance to say goodbye later, or?
Did you want me to accompany you at all, or did you want to go yourself, Sin? Because I suppose technically I'm Illumini.
Didn't you have things to do? You were gonna meet the Queen.
Oh, I've got a lot of things to do, but I'm more than happy to be there for you. We've spent enough time to together on our journey that if you need me, I can be there.
No, think it's okay. Looks towards Carl, who says, "Don't worry, no harm will come, the little student, and by midday we should be finished. And by evening you will have your room assigned to you." And Sin kind of tentatively looks down at the chair, and Carl says, "Don't worry, we have seen to the commodities."
Good, good.
Fantastic. All right, Sin. Well, if you need us, you know where to find us.
And she looks at all of you, and you all just hear inside your heads, "Thank you." And she turns around and starts wheeling in, Carl walking beside her into the school.
I'm like getting real like
We did
real
it!
daddy
We
daddy
did it!
tears
I
going
give her
on.
a little package. I tuck it into her.
We actually got him there.
She puts it in her lap and starts like moving in.
In real life,
We
daddy
actually
proud
did it.
tears.
No!
I've got
We did it!
tears
We got her,
going
baby!
on, like,
We got it.
cool.
She
And that's where we're
survived.
gonna end for today. We're gonna wrap up on that note.
Forget that everyone she knows and loves is dead. We got
Shut
her to... Forget that our involvement with her friends and family got them all killed. We got her to
Wow, you know what? They might have died anyway.
Yeah, you don't know. You
They
don't
might
know.
have died in that mine anyway. We just wouldn't have seen it. So
I mean,
But
she might have
Hestia
died
was
as well if we
Oh,
were
that's-
there.
that's
You know?
Hestia will never
100%
forgive
our
myself.
fault. Yeah, we really dropped the ball on that one.
Woof.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well,
And yeah, so how do we feel?
I just can't
Um,
wait for the party to come
moist
back and
is the word,
open the room door to see just like a pile of bones on the ground and just that's it.
be like, oh,
Spooky,
Well, at least we
scary
can all heal.
skeletons.
Ask us to roll a new character.
it's fine, everyone. I've got the exact same spells.
Rudy Bones McGee.
The pile of bones and the armor, and then someone else takes the armor and just goes, "Oh, nice."
That's really cool. Puts it
Oh, Rudy's just like a collapsed skeleton, and we just fashion some like bone armor out of his rib cage and stuff.
I mean,
I
you
call
could
the
use-
skull.
you could
Nice,
use him
yeah.
like a magic beast, right? Like a magic beast pelt. He probably still has heels like etched in on his
Yeah.
bones.
Oh yeah. Dude, how are you? You
Oh.
wearing this armor so that you can be the tank, but how the fuck are you gonna be the meat shield without
Without
meat?
any meat.
He's never referred to himself as the meat shield.
I
I'm
in my mind.
I'm just imagining you'll end up like that that skeleton out of One Piece.
Oh, like Brooke.
Right?
Yeah.
Julia said in chat, you're gonna end up like Brooke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it, book. Yes.
Mhm,
Otter said,
Yeah.
"What if the twig blight can pilot the bones?"
Just put it in the rib cage and
Oh my
just
God,
puppeteers.
Yeah, it's just a twig blight and a bone mech.
Oh my god!
Great, we've got a
Okay.
replacement for Rudy. All
Can you
set.
imagine if Rudy was sentient while that was happening? So he's like, no, go that way. No, don't
God,
pick up
I
the tassels.
can't-
No,
I
don't pick up the tassels.
Can't wait for you all to meet Ungar.
Oh,
Ungar?
don't tell me it's a
Wait,
twig
wait.
blight and a bone mech.
No, just wait, just wait. There's some
Oh,
people in
man.
chat who know who Ungar is. Ungar the hero bard. Just wait.
What?
Just wait.
Oh
You-
man.
it-
A
it's on the
hero
list.
bard.
Yeah, Ungar the hero bard.
Okay.
I look forward to that then. Um,
Um,
I got
yeah,
a
do we have any,
I do have
Yeah, I
one
was just-
question. Lazman asking for a quick or brief recap on what happened with the pearl after I tried to tinker with it. So the short story was that we peeled it open. Turns out there was a magical wish shell thing inside it that had a plea for help from Nadia the Naiad, and made several cryptic suggestions that that maybe she could be of some assistance while I'm like being torn between two other divine forces. And there were several reveals, I guess, and like connections finally made as to, you know, between my hat Sakaba and another being called Abraxas, who's the master, who apparently governs the plethora. Not the plethora, the pleroma of the abyss. So that's all very promising.
Yes. And I will just shouting it all out there. We do a few minutes after the actual game. We do a few minutes. Any questions about the game from the chats, from the party members? Chats, like questions about the game, the world, characters, anything. I will say, because I did see Cuddly, you did a little eyebrow raise at the spell Commune. You do have the same spell, but it is called Commune with Nature.
Yeah, I did see that, and I was like, huh. I think I read about that, but I have not equipped it because I.
We have a question. Will Rudy's new look give him advantage on intimidation checks? Who knows? Eventually, maybe.
Look, I don't even know what is going to happen at this point. I'm just rolling with it.
Prepare your 3 questions for next week.
Oh yeah. I will have the 3 questions ready and to you, so you can figure out your yes and nos. Because that's all I get.
Also, as far as level up stuff, I totally forgot about it this session. But I may have another thing that I can get you all to sign up for in my book.
Oh no, not another subscription.
Did you go for gift protectors?
I did.
Oh, okay.
It's a good one. It's a real good one. Basically, is it like once a day, essentially?
Yes,
if
once
one
a day
of
per person.
Is it per person?
It says when a creature benefits from this, it cannot do so again until
it cannot do so again? Are you kidding? What?
That's what I believe it says.
Okay, I'll just read it to you because it's pretty rad. So, with your permission, a creature can use its action to write its name on that page, which can contain up to 4 names. When any creature whose name is on the page is reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed outright, the creature magically drops to 1 hit point instead. Once the magic is triggered, no creature can benefit from it until you finish a long rest.
But that's the first one to go down
so
every day.
So the first one to go down every day does not go down. They just go to 1.
Yeah, you stay at 1 hit point.
Did you guys? I know that I posted it to my party members here, but across all the chats, Rudy did gain access to a very, very cool ability, thanks to this. I'm assuming decaying. If you guys want to know. If anyone didn't read it or whatnot,
I skimmed it. I'm sorry.
Essentially, no, that's fine. Essentially, it's part of the wondrous item, the relic sort of abilities that we all have. But this is a reaction ability, life beyond death. As the blessings of Urgathoa grows and the lack of belief in your own mortality comes to its peak, life seems malleable and easy to control. Whenever you would be healed by magical means above your max HP, you can use a reaction to bestow the exceeding hit points to a creature within 30 feet that you can see. So essentially, Rudy can heal himself, top himself up in the middle of battle, and then send the extra health to another player or another creature.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
Alternatively, if a creature within 30 feet of that I can see, that Rudy can see, is healed above their max HP, I can then use a reaction to siphon the exceeding HP to regain that many hit points.
Rudy used Mega Drain.
So Rudy can also overheal anyone else.
Wow, you've got maximum efficiency on healing now.
Yeah, maximum efficiency on all heals. And this feature can be used a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier.
Oh, nice.
So that is 4 uses per long rest.
Very nice.
Pretty good.
So essentially, Rudy manipulates all HP. Which is pretty freaking hardcore.
And he can take it.
Gerald has also gotten an upgrade to his relic, and it's up to you.
That's true. Yeah.
But in between, while you're digging that up, we do have a question. Can we get an update? What is currently missing on Rudy? Is someone keeping track?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Keeping track.
I remember.
You keep track, or do you want me
to? No,
if
you're keeping track, that's wonderful.
Rudy has lost his nose, his right eyelid, his bottom lip. He's lost, I would say, the bulk of the fingertips in his gloved hand, but he hasn't taken off the glove to sort of really see that yet. He's lost a few toes, a bunch of toes, and there's patches of flesh on his chest, and I would assume back as well. that have decayed off, but because the armor is kind of fused to his skin, it was only noticeable when he took the armor off.
Yes.
So I don't think there's any other extremities that are missing just yet. But they're all about to fall off, I would assume.
Has he checked his junk?
I'll let chat decide that one.
This is the burning question that the people want to
Everyone
know.
wants to
Chat,
know.
you can believe whatever you want to believe, but all I'm saying is that when Rudy, Arthur, and Gerald were at the brothel the other night, it was still there.
But was it there when he left?
That was
Was
2
it?
weeks.
That's the most detail we got.
Was that why
You
Rudy
were
was so
just
silent
talking.
about what happened? I don't know. Is he now banned from that brothel? I don't know.
God.
I am not gonna poke there. No more questions needed.
And I'll leave that with you guys.
Oh man.
So, Brody, did you want to?
Oh yeah. I can tell you about the new thing. So the hat, Little Helper has become more active and regained some of its former power, making it more talkative and attuned to magic. So whenever I use Dark One's own luck to save against a spell or magical effect, and I roll a 7 or above, and it results in a success for a saving throw, I can regain a spent spell slot as Sakaba
So good.
swallows the incoming magic and channels it into me. And if I would have no spell slot to regain, I instead gain the temporary hit points as per Dark One's blessing.
That's so
I heard
good.
duck ones. Not
It's
duck,
essentially-
dark
Yes,
ones.
it's the Dark One's blessing. Yeah,
The concept
it's
is
honestly it's
that,
not all it's quacked up to be.
because Gerald has Dark One's blessing, which allows you Dark One's own luck, which lets you add a D10 to a saving throw, I believe, or any roll really.
It's kind of.
But when you specifically use it on a saving throw, if the D10 lands on a 7 or higher and it ends up being a save against the spell, the hat sucks the spell in, eats it.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
I
Because
love
like
that.
one
It's-
of your biggest gripes has been your spell slots and running
Yeah,
out of them
yeah,
quite
yeah.
quickly. This
I mean,
gives you the chance.
And
It's-
the Dark One's blessing is also something that's very
Yeah,
mediocre.
which has been the only times it's ever mattered was never.
Yeah. Because the only time you've actually got
Is at the end of a fight when we kill a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, when you finished the things
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, even so, it's still going to happen incredibly rarely because A, I've got to make the save, and B, that D10 has to be a 7 or above. So it's only 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's still a below average chance for it to even happen. But it's still a chance.
It's still a chance.
And I still have to,
do
and I still have
do
to
you
use
get
the other
to
feature.
pick which spell slot is recovered?
And it's just
Well-
it doesn't matter for warlocks.
Oh, doesn't it?
No, I've only got 2 spell slots,
Oh my
and-
God.
Oh.
and they're both just automatically at maximum level.
I think you
Well,
take your
that's
third
pretty
spell slot next level though.
Like I got 3 spells at next level.
Yeah,
I
so
No,
you
but-
get 3
but seriously, if they're all at max level, that's still like
It's still
that's
yeah,
still
yeah.
high-powered
It's
spell slots.
it's still
Yeah.
high
Eldritch
powered, but
Blast,
you can
Eldritch
still
Blast, and Eldritch Blast?
it's Eldritch Blast is
Cantrips.
basically what
Yeah.
I do when I'm out of those 2 spell
Mm,
slots.
mm,
So yeah, it's just a blast machine.
mm.
Yeah,
That's
Then
very
he wants a anatomical diagram where
Yeah.
we circle in all the parts that Rudy loses.
yeah. well-
Okay, so you guys know that
put a little
board game
cross.
Operation?
yeah.
So we put a picture of Denny, I need Rudy on the operating theater, like operation, and then you got the pieces taken off.
Can we have
Oof.
Arthur like
Arthur's
take
like-
off his suit?
Arthur like dry heaving in the background.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Crazy.
you just remove all the flesh.
Gerald with the tweezers.
I see.
Oh no, there's no way you'd get Gerald with tweezers.
I will let you know as well. I have finalized the next upgrades for Nana's and Arthur's relics. I'm just waiting for a good moment in the story where it would fit for them to
Nice.
activate.
cool.
I will say that leveling up actually gave Nena a pretty fucking cool. Like, you know when like the Ents are all marching into bat, I can
Yeah.
pretty much do that now.
Oh.
It's called what are you called? Hold on.
Entmoot.
It's
Wrath
called
of Nature.
Wrath of Nature.
Are you telling
And-
me that you're going to be able to essentially, when we go up in an army of an undead versus the army events, with Nana at
Kind
the
of.
helm, with a spoon?
Yes.
That would be pretty
I think
sick.
it's all living plants in an area just become sentient.
And
Oh
then
my
you can
God.
also launch like loose rocks as a bonus action at your enemies because they just apparently are like, I don't know, all
Yeah.
the spirits
That's
of
so
nature. Roots,
That is
vines,
amazing.
trees, grasses, and undergrowth, and then rocks as just a bonus action just will launch themselves.
Just, like,
at
yeet
enemies. So
themselves in.
basically, the entire landscape is now going to get in on this path.
Like this just goes to show, like, I know a lot of people when they start playing D&D, they get like a little like, they sort of go, well, hang on, like this is the extent of my abilities. Like normally in RPGs, you gain access to really cool stuff really quickly, like video game RPGs, because they want you to be hooked in. Whereas with D&D and tabletop RPGs, it's a long sort of process.
Yeah.
But eventually, when you start, like we've reached level 9, I think, quite quickly in regards to like to other campaigns.
Well, you
I mean,
also
this
you
is
also
43
started at
sessions.
level 3. Yeah,
We did start.
you have leveled up on average. I think it is like 6 or 7 sessions, which is actually considered slow in some games.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
fast.
the average is like honestly, the average is usually around 4 or 5 sessions.
Oh, okay. I suppose our sessions are short. That's probably
Well,
what
we
it
also are incredibly slow.
we are. This is also true.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like I
Without
think
a
the
doubt.
point I'm getting across is like we're now starting to see the tip of the more like impressive abilities.
I don't want to see any more tips.
But
There's some
But-
really good ones. There's
Yeah.
there's some really big spells. Like me and Roger were talking spells.
Oh,
For
yeah.
example,
I got a
Rudy,
pretty rad one this level.
you have access to the Hallow spell, which is brokenly
Hallow's
good,
real good.
when you're making like a permanent.
I didn't take it though.
No, but Rudy can just prepare it whenever.
Oh, Rudy, you've got it. Oh shit. Yeah, nice.
But yeah,
or
like,
the holy weapon spell is really good. Planar binding is
Mhm.
also incredibly cool. You got access to with Nana and Rudy together now. You have access to Raise Dead, which is like a buff to revivify. I think you
Yeah.
need like a
Mm.
a 500 GP worth of diamond, and you can bring anyone back as long as it's within 10 days of them
Yeah.
dying.
Mm.
Way better.
Nana can also has access to reincarnate.
Oh, you've got reincarnation now.
I
Oh,
do.
that's kind of hilarious.
That one is huge.
Yeah.
Because I believe that one has an even longer time span, but you come back as a random
Yeah,
new
yeah.
race.
that's cool.
And
Yeah.
I just roll a D100 and
Because you're
it's just
reborn as a
people
random
what you come
creature.
back as. You still have all your memories, but you have a new
Wait,
body.
hang on. Does that mean if Rudy does end up a pile of bones on the floor, you can
Yeah.
actually bring him
I-
back? as a
Reincarnate
man,
him.
right?
Yeah.
yes, I
He
can.
still
It's
would be
gotta
wearing the
start,
armor.
Start getting the spell stuff. I think it's worth 1,000.
Well, no, because it wouldn't be your body coming back. It's a whole new person. You're
No, but
reincarnated.
he would take the armor off. the
I'm
bones and
literally
put it
burning
back
that armor. If you fucking die, I'm
If you don't,
going
yeah,
to
we are
take it
throwing
to Mount
that.
Doom and
yeah, into the
throw it
lava.
In, okay.
And
Oh,
if you my
burning it.
precious into that lava with it,
Yeah.
honestly,
got it.
that's fine.
But that's not my fault, man.
That's not
my
our fault.
problem.
Yeah.
I just had Dutch come into chat. Dutch, okay, you need to know what Rudy lost today, okay?
No, you think.
There's also the difference. There is a difference also. Reincarnate has a higher cost, but compared to Raise Dead, which doesn't actually grow back limbs, as far as I'm aware, that's like true. What's it
Is
called?
it True Resurrection or something? Or
True Resurrection.
Hmm.
Reincarnate only needs a part of the body. It's still 10 days, but you only need a part of the original body. to
Yeah, I
reincarnate.
better
Hmm.
put one of those fingertips on ice.
Yeah.
Like, who brought down? Oh, Rudy, excuse me, can I just have like 2 cells of skin that isn't dead? Thank you so much.
You just hear it from the otherworldly plane. No.
Planar bind.
Light up bonding.
Fucking community would be like, you know what, Rudy? I'm really sick of your bullshit.
There's also you have both access to the scrying spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see
Yeah,
that.
scrying's pretty cool.
Scrying is really, really good. And Greater Restoration is also in the docket now.
Oh yeah, that's a top tier spell. Greater Restoration.
Yeah. There's good things. There's crazy things. And starting whenever you hit 2 more levels, and Nana gets transport via plants, so you could just.
Oh yes.
I already have basically transport via trees.
It's tree stride. It's
tree
you
stride.
teleport to a tree within 500 feet, but transport via plants says you just need to know a tree, and you can go anywhere on the same plane.
Wow.
Yeah. And basically, you turn the tree into a gate.
Travel as well.
Yeah.
I'm a princess who?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty much a god.
Yeah. I know, Josie. She doesn't even know the
Powerful,
quote.
You can't stop me.
Basically
No,
a
cut my
god.
tree
Hey, look,
down.
hasn't Rudy always been saying that he's invincible?
You could dive off a cliff and turn into a goldfish.
He's
Honestly,
literally
I-
decaying and he's still okay. Is this not further proof that he's invincible? Just saying.
Just saying.
They're all gonna die.
Only like I can't wait for my little shocked Pikachu face when like we all just get disintegrated by the whatever the fucking ray from that one feed.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It's
like
like
soon we might be able to tank that disintegration rate. Sure.
No.
well, it
No,
wouldn't
no.
matter for you to be honest. You could just
No way.
Already keep going.
really
There is, however, just like before we wrap up, there is one spell I'm really excited for because it's on point. It's a great spell in D&D regardless, but when the character hits level 11, Rudy can take, and this is just the most on point backstory recent spell ever, Hero's Feast, where you conjure a
Hero's
magical
Feast.
buffet. You just conjure a massive table filled with food.
I don't. Would Nana approve of magical food being conjured like that?
It's also brokenly good because anyone who spends an hour eating from the feast for 24 hours, they are immune to frightened. All wisdom saves are made at advantage. Rudy would roll 2d10. Everyone's maximum hit points go up by that amount.
Oh.
And also immune to poison and
good face.
disease. And all poisons and diseases are cured upon eating as well.
Wow.
Right. I think out of if Rudy is still around and not just a pile of bones at that point, I
He'll
think
be around.
Nana will
You'll be a pile of bones. Just
You'll
But
be-
Nana would prefer that you summon it rather than cook it because she's seen you cooking.
Worth pointing out it's expensive, which it is. You need a gem encrusted bowl worth 1,000 gold, and the spell consumes the bowl.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just go pop down to the local shop. We'll get about 100 of them. and
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
it'll be
Fucking-
fine.
very
Yeah.
expensive
It'll be
feast.
fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but there's some massive things that happens like is coming up because starting next level even, Rudy gets access to divine intervention.
Oh wow, is
Oh
that
my
next
God.
level already?
Wait, hang on. I need to. So, what does that
Jeez.
do?
It says you roll a d100,
Yeah.
and if you roll your own level or lower, you can pray to Urgathoa, and she will actually answer the prayer. Like whatever you ask her, she will do.
Hang on. So that's level 10. So out of a D100, there is a 10% chance that Urgatho
Yeah.
will direct.
Yeah,
will-
it's
as
a
in assist in a positive, as in like.
it's a literal Hail Mary. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Like-
That
Yeah.
will always be.
there's big
excellent.
things. There's big
That's
things.
so good. That's
I
so
think
good.
like Arthur being a multiclasser, next level is going to be important for so many reasons. Because if you pick Rogue, you get ability score improvements. If you go back into Ranger, you get to pick your defensive tactic. Gerald
Mm.
Defense.
gets to pick a resistance type every time he rests.
Yeah.
Just has
That's kind of cool.
resistance.
Mhm.
Nana at level 10 would get access to I think it's she could just like pop around the battlefield like a crazy person. She can teleport freely 60 feet as a bonus action, like
Wow.
just like pop, 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 pop.
That is the last thing we need is a Nana who is literally behind everybody.
Yeah.
Kick him in the shins and move on to the next one. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, she can
Just
move
like-
other people around the battlefield as well. Just pop, 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 pop.
That's actually.
Arthur would hate that.
Pops up like battle with the spoon. It's like no. It's like night crawlers out of there.
Oh my
I
god, I
think
love
it's
it.
called like
I'm so
Path,
excited.
the Path of Shadows or something.
Alrighty.
It's really, really good. But
That's cool.
yeah.
Anywho, it is. I hate to break up.
Oh yeah, we've
party.
been
It is
yakking on,
almost
haven't we?
midnight, 5 minutes to
Oh.
midnight. So, what's going on? Are we just raiding?
How you feeling,
Roju
Josie?
Or Josie or
Yeah.
I will not be streaming, but I will probably be in Roju's stream
Easy,
if we're doing it.
easy? That's an easy
Cool.
fix.
But I was
All right.
thinking before we wrap up, we do another quick round. I've been Joseph Poser. I'm an RPG streamer. I'm here Tuesdays, Fridays mostly, sometimes Saturdays, and on Sundays. We do only RPG games. And if you want to come and play D&D or talk about D&D, Final Fantasy, RPGs in general, Adrian always talks about Pokemon. Hop in the Discord. And I'm going to throw it over to Cutley.
I am Cuddly Raptor. I'm a variety streamer. I don't really have a set schedule, but I am always here on Sundays and usually on Wednesdays with Wettest Orb. So that is me, and I am gonna hand it over to Ozzy Dev.
Hey, that's me. So yes, I'm Ozzy Defro. I am live 5 nights a week. In fact, I'll be live tomorrow night. We play MMORPGs. Tomorrow night we'll be playing Final Fantasy 14, continuing our adventures there. I also do a lot of Dark Souls at the moment, going through the trilogy, trying to do an all boss run. That has been good fun so far. A lot of good laughs out of that. Minecraft with a whole bunch of people on Saturday nights and here on Sunday nights. So if you enjoy any of that, make sure you pop by. And I'll throw it to Wettest Orb.
I am the wettest orb, the moistest boy, and I essentially play anything and everything. I am on essentially every day, unless work tells me not to. And with that, I'm going to go over to Roju.
Hello. I'm Roju. I'm from Participation Award. More variety here as well, but no set schedule at the moment. Definitely also here on Sundays. And yeah, I guess not much more to add, really. Eventually we'll finish another Yakuza game and move on to the next one and spend another year playing that.
Honestly, there's nothing wrong with a year of Yakuza, though. It's all good. It's all quality content.
Yeah, one of these days I'll finish the just the freaking Majima's Cabaret Club nonsense. I'm so close now.
A true end game.
I need to get I need to see the end of that Cabaret Club. We'll get there, believe me.
Alrighty. Well, thank you everyone for playing tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
And with that, we are gonna go raid participation.
I will
award.
chat for a moment. So
Bye.
goodbye, players.
Bye.
All right. Let me fix this up.
Well, I need to run, so I'm going to be close to the call. Bye.
Okay, bye. We'll just look weird.
Yep, sorry.
All good. So we're gonna be moving over to playing Divinity Original Sin 2 with Josie. We started our game last Sunday, and yeah, it's a good time. Oh, no, you, Adrian. All right. Gonna need to do a food first. Yes, we'll have a quick break. I'll need to restart the stream anyway, so stick here for a sec and we'll do the thing. Nana's turn. Yeah, Nana's Arthur now. Sorry, Nana. Hello, welcome, everyone. No froze. Yeah, I see you. I was just thinking actually, because we mentioned about Ozzy turning into Brooke from One Piece. Brooke has the most amazing black afro ever, right? So it's perfect. Yeah, the Brooke fro's like amazing, right? So it's a very apt thing. Oh god, everyone's disappearing. All right. Oh god, you can't even me anymore. Okay, so well god, this This is just me now. Um, I am everyone. Yeah, see, the space makes it even better. I'm like in several dimensions. Yeah, and he shaved it off for charity. That's where the fro is now node. Okay, so let me switch to the normal thing. The stream will disconnect very, very shortly, and then we'll be firing up Divinity Original Sin. Don't go anywhere. It will just be a couple of seconds while we restart. Oh, did it actually sustain through? Did it actually? Oh, this is a rare time. It usually disconnects. Oh. Look at the thing that's come up though. It's just me. It's fine. Okay, but I will actually end it just so I can do the YouTube thing without having to edit any videos. So, okay, say goodbye to YouTube. Bye, YouTube.